That's why we ended up doing this.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Casual Cactus. And this is going to be Valley Campaign adjacent. So it's going to be in the same world, but we are not going to be doing the full.
You say this, but wait till
I
you
say
see
that.
what we do.
We'll see. The
I'd like to
plan
summon
is
God, natural 20.
the plan is for it to be adjacent, but we'll see how crazy things actually get tonight. We are short some players tonight. Lance is coming late. Nat is not feeling well, and Daniel was just swamped with work. So we only have 4, which is fine. And we're going to have some fun and do a little side questing tonight. So hope you guys are here for that. A few quick reminders as we get started tonight. Thank you, Poser. I see you here in the chat. Thank you for 40 months in a row. That is
40.
awesome.
Wow.
40.
You couldn't see it, but we all just waved at you.
Thank you so much for that. For that awesome support. That is really, really cool. But as always, we do try and get all of our video content up on our YouTube channel. As I say that, I'm not sure I uploaded last week's session, so maybe a week behind, but everything winds up there eventually. It's like the ocean. All rivers flow to the sea. All videos wind up on YouTube. So,
Not all, but...
well, not all, but most.
The
but
ones you don't lose.
if they're
You don't
not
lose.
there,
Or forget that flow.
if they're not there currently, just give it a little bit of time, and I'll try and get that uploaded before next week. Everything we do goes there, so we've got stuff that is not directly D&D related. Some of it is. Main campaigns, smaller campaigns, one-shots, other systems, talk about design, all kinds of stuff does wind up on that YouTube channel, so be sure that you go over there, hit like and subscribe, make sure that you toggle the icon to toggle the setting to always have the notifications when we put new stuff up, and you will be good to go. We do also run a Discord server. That is where we put announcements about any changes to the schedule that are coming down the pipe. Sometimes it happens that we have to cancel a session. It's real life. We're real people. We have real lives. Sometimes it happens, and Discord is the way we let you guys know. So be sure that you are subscribed to that. I think that is all that I have in the way of announcements today, so we will go ahead and roll over to the main table. Now, as you see, we have 4 players around the table tonight. We have Danny, Braden, Steph, and Steven. And Lance, as I say, is on his way. He's going to be very, very late, so we'll see where he is. We'll see how we work him in. If he makes it, we'll work him in when he gets here. So, a little background for you guys, because this is not the main campaign, as I've already said.
I think it would be very different.
It would be very different
if these were the main characters.
if these were the main characters. Absolutely. You 4 are members of a ship's crew, and this particular ship needs a name. So, what is the name of you guys' ship?
Ye mighty piffle skiff.
The Piffle Skiff?
Can it be something I can pronounce?
Blackbeard's dinghy.
Hold on.
Can it be something I can pronounce in public?
I mean, I put forward an idea, so now I'm waiting for yours.
The seafoam skiff.
Okay.
Once again, I come in clutch with the
It
name.
will be, Distal. It will be. You clearly have not been around for other sessions.
We've only just begun, my friend.
I was thinking drunken sailor. What do you do on drunken sailor?
Distal's entire stream was infected by terrible chicken puns the other night. Like, chat
Yes.
would not stop. Keith would not stop.
Yeah.
Everybody except Distal would not stop. And I'm pretty sure Distal and I both were rolling our eyes so hard that you could audibly hear
how
it
about
count
in
over.
honor of
It
Distal,
was so bad.
let's call it the chicken scratch.
You're right, Distal. There is not enough fireball in the world to drown the bad jokes.
Sounds like you just a lot of bad
Well,
jokes.
you know that it takes a little bit of like.
Don't you do it.
Come on, we gotta save this for fish puns. Come on.
If you would
Okay,
like,
all right.
Distal, you can give
Fish
Steven
puns.
a disadvantage
Fish
if
puns.
he uses. Oh, great, fish puns. We love you, though.
Aw.
Stay for me. I won't pun you.
I don't know.
All right, so
There's your
yep,
disadvantage.
yep. So character disadvantage for Steven on his first roll,
He didn't even actually say.
and one for me. I saw that coming.
Okay.
Thank you, Distal.
Not me.
I love you. You're amazing.
I roll poorly enough as it is. I don't
Yeah.
need disadvantage.
It'll just make it more fun. It's fine.
Okay, so name of your ship.
Chicken
What did you just say?
scratch.
No, not chicken scratch.
Seafoam
The
skiff?
seafoam
Seafoam
skiff.
skiff.
Seafoam skiff.
I'm gonna write
Sure.
down. I'll forget.
Seafoam skiff.
Okay.
Okay.
Lance says he's playing a human fighter gunslinger, and he's watching the stream.
Sweet. Hi, Lance.
Hello.
Hello.
Wait,
Yes.
I get never mind.
I couldn't decide if that was a pun.
Did you
or if
need
that
to
was...
share?
No, I was just the fact that Lance is watching. I was like, wait, what was he gonna be going for? Oh yeah, it's he is.
Yeah. All right. So
I'm not drunk enough for this.
you four are members of
I'm a sailor.
are crew members of the Seafoam
Yes.
skiff.
Yes.
What roles on the crew do each of you have?
I climb.
There's the voice.
Okay, so
Sorry, they're everywhere. We're working on it.
I don't know if I got it or not.
so lookout then.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Anything that involves me climbing up any of the masts or
Okay.
anything.
So lookout
Uh-huh.
and or one of the riggers for the sails.
I
Okay.
imagine anything that needs to do like in a dark corner someplace that nobody else can get to. That's
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Steph,
Oh, I'm a cook.
you're the cook.
I'm a cook.
Okay.
The cook, not a cook.
you
It's only a
cook.
skiff.
The cook. Well, okay.
I'm
That's
the cook.
true.
and I are gonna be great friends.
Or not, because she steals all the food.
in here. Okay.
It
I
depends
have
on
a
what you do.
massive cleaver.
Braden.
The ship repairman, so like the
So the carpenter. So that'll
The
put you
carpenter.
as quartermaster.
quartermaster. That sounds perfect.
Okay.
I'm the quartermaster.
Steven.
Mostly night watch. So he does, most of the jobs that need done at night.
Okay.
Bosun? Is that the right term?
Bosun's
Not
no,
really,
Bosun's like
but I'm not sure that there's a better fit though.
crewman.
Crewman.
Crew. Anyway, the bosun usually is like in charge of keeping the crew in line. They do all
okay.
of the like the calls for the ship. So if there's anything that needs called out, hi David. Luckily we don't have any soda today.
Alas!
Alas. Hooray, hooray, Kalu, Kalay.
Okay. I'll put you down as the ship's surgeon.
That's a terrible idea, but cool.
That's a
Great.
terrible
I
idea.
feel like I should be the surgeon.
Okay.
Surgeon slash cook. Oh, you actually don't need this. We'll just save this for dinner.
Right?
Clang! Now we can do surgery.
I have very, very light
All right.
hands. I could do surgery. Steal
That
your-
does leave the top of the ship's hierarchy as NPCs, but that's okay. We can work with that.
Lead
We can
us, Keith.
we can play.
I didn't imagine any of us were the captain, so I think we're good.
We can
You
do
don't
that.
want me.
We can do that. All right. So the four of you are crew members aboard this seafoam skiff. Let's just say that your ship is not always on the up and up.
Nice.
You takes jobs where you can find them, and sometimes that includes aggressively rendezvousing with ships at sea.
Ah, I see. The taxman.
So, on this auspicious day, the four of you get rousted from your hammocks as the ship puts to sea, leaving port.
Oh,
I suppose it would be important for Keith to know, not just Braden, but most of the time during the day, if I'm awake, he's just sort of walking around as the ship's cat.
Okay.
Druid.
Yep.
Drew. Okay. We'll get to that in just a second. Okay. So, so the ship, the lines are tossed. The gangplank goes over the side. The ship
Well, hold on.
leaves the dock.
It comes on. You don't just toss it off
Well.
the side.
Oh, sure you do. We don't need to get back off. It's fine, Braden.
So the gangplank is pulled in, pushed out, whatever it is. It is, it is set aside. The lines are tossed, and the ship makes its way out of the harbor and to open sea. The captain up on the quarterdeck sets a course straight away from the coast, and the sails luff out, catch the wind, and off you sail.
I sway stagger to the
I sway stagger.
to the kitchen
I see.
Okay.
galley thing.
Hey. So this is the point where we are going to have you guys introduce your characters and tell us a little bit about the crew of the Seafoam Skiff. I'm going to keep doing that, Skip. It's Skiff.
You're the
Not
DM.
skip.
You can change it.
I can. I don't want to because you guys named it. So we'll start with Braden. Tell us about your character.
Character. Okay. Well, my name is Koi. I am a Triton. I'm called Koi because I kind of have the skin tone of like a koi fish, so kind of whites and golds and oranges. I'm just wearing like simple float pants, no shoes.
No shirt, no service.
Right. Wearing like no shirt, but has like the stylish sash, like beads over the arms, and just like beaded necklaces as well. Sort of slightly Hawaiian sort of look. You know, the sort of just kind of Arabian clothing, but Hawaiian jewelry. So
Okay.
sort of that sort of vibe. I am a monk as well, so I'm sort of nimble on my feet and just easily balanced on the skiff.
Okay. Danny.
So, I am about 3 feet tall, and I look mainly like a raccoon, but I assure you I am 1/4 possum. And
Aren't we?
of course, I think so anyway. And I have a little leather armor vest on, and frequently am doing this. And I have a collar of shinies that I have found completely legally that I like a lot, and I keep it around my neck. And yeah, all of my little things, my weapons and everything, they are very clearly very homemade. But they seem to hold up just fine. They're absolutely made of garbage. It's a thing. Yeah. So.
What's your name, Possacoon?
Oh, Zifflepiff.
All right. And Ziff spends most of your time up in the rigging or in the dark spots on the ship, tinkering with things.
And occasionally I'll hang upside down from my tail just because.
Okay. Steven. I'm saving the best for last.
I do enjoy your character concept.
So I am Finbar. I stole the name for anybody who cares from Redwall. So I am Finbar. Most of the time, I look in oranges and whites, much like Koi, like an orange tabby, as he wanders the ship looking for mice and sleeping where it's warm. During the night, his skin tone is more blues and whites. The whites are sort of the crossover between Koi and Finbar. But he also has a bunch of tattoos that run the length of his body in like a dark black ink of various constellations.
Ooh. Oh, you're a...
Yeah, stars.
Okay.
Nice.
He also wears just very loose clothing, generally speaking, with a lot of various hanging accessories,
Okay.
but also is very light on his feet.
Very, very nice. Very nice. Steph.
I'm at half work.
I was trying to read your name so I could write it down.
It's Braca.
One more time?
Braca.
With a
Got
C or a K.
With a B.
With it.
Thank you, Steven.
My full name is
Does it matter? As long as you can remember it.
Oh, no.
Yes, so I just wear leather. I'm green. Long black hair. No hairnet. Wear a leather vest,
Travesty.
leather pants, with a big apron in front, with a million pockets that I use all my spices and such for. Can drink everybody at the table, because I'm usually drunk there, and the rest of my backstory at home. But yeah, if I'm not cooking in the galley, then I might be like fishing for the next meal. And I always carry my cleaver with me just in case I find something tasty to serve all you fools.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. So, the first day or so of sailing after you've been in dock is always a little bit odd, trying to get back into the rhythm, feeling the boat move under you. No small number of first-time sailors with you get a little green around the gills and feed the fish a bit, but none of you None of you do because you've been with the the seafoam skiff
Oi, throw up on the left side.
for
or the
for
port
a
side.
good long while.
Throw up on the port side. It's good luck if you throw up on the port side. I don't know if that's true. That's just something we always do to the new greenies.
Exactly.
We just We just.
And
I'll look
meanwhile, fishing on the
Yep.
port side.
Like, hey!
No, that's bait. That's bait.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
Show me.
right.
Well,
drop the
tastes
fish, yeah.
vaguely of vomit.
We eat what they eat.
The circle
Of
of
life.
life.
It will feed us all.
So as the shore behind you sort of fades below the horizon, and the wider ocean opens up in front of you, the day passes in a spray of salt air, of fresh breezes, lots of sun. It's a good time to be at sea. What are the rest of you guys doing for this first day? Besides, fishing from the port side.
Probably doing quartermaster stuff, just making sure that everything's good. Not that I don't trust you, but double checking to see if rats haven't gotten to the
Okay.
supply barrels. I imagine there have been some awkward moments between the two of you in the dark.
In what way?
I would definitely, when I'm not on duty up in the crow's nest, I would be perhaps stealing some of the ornamentations from my fellow crewmates, and seeing if they noticed.
Seeing if I noticed.
And maybe finding my way into a barrel of food.
All right. So, what is your passive sleight of hand?
Find yourself in a pot of
My
stew.
passive sleight of hand.
So like 10 plus
10 plus the number.
Dex.
No, it's your dex.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't actually write
Oh,
the
you didn't
little.
write it down.
Yeah,
Are
sorry.
you double proficient?
I am.
Oh, my
so
freaking
6.
so-
So that's a plus. Wait.
I believe that's a plus 10
Oh, yeah.
or 11.
It's already a 3 plus. So that's
So 9.
6. So 9. Yeah. Okay. So it's gonna be a 19.
All right. So, what
Nope.
passive
Nope.
perception?
15.
Passive perception.
She can't get them because they are
That's
currently underneath
true.
my fur
That's
on
true.
the inside.
That's true. That is true. Okay. So, passive perception.
14. I don't know what she's gonna steal.
Yeah.
Food from you.
Okay.
Whisk away some saffron.
And
Kill you.
I'm guessing, nobody's gonna have a higher passive perception, so you pretty much have free run of the ship and can pretty much nick whatever you want from whoever you want.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right.
And when it's my turn for the crow's nest, I'll hang out like in the crow's nest for a little while, and then I'll circle around the edge of it, and then I'll hang from the sail a little bit. You just look up, and there's raccoons spread out on the sail. Flat.
Cool. Once you've done your investigation, you take your report to the captain. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, as you approach, you knock on the door, let yourself in. It's pretty standard procedure. The captain and the first mate are there, poring over charts on his desk.
Okay.
You do see a couple of marks or a couple of little markers on the map. One of them has sort of a wide sort of parchment-ish base underneath it with question marks all around it. You get a sense, because you've seen this before, you get a sense that it's the best guess location of whatever the target happens to be.
Okay.
And you do see that the skiff is on course to intercept that circle. As you enter the cabin, in fact, the first mate is swapping out the circle that is underneath the target for a slightly larger one. As time goes by, the uncertainty about where they are gets larger.
Right.
So they're kind of aiming for where they think this ship might be, but there's a big area of ocean to have to search to try and find it.
Yeah.
Koi, how goes it?
Everything's going all right. Supplies should be well enough for whatever journey we're on. So I'll let you know when we get low enough that we should probably be worried.
Very good, very good. Thank you.
Yep.
And he takes the notes from you, starts leafing through them, and then, satisfied, sort of sets them off to the side. Do be watchful. We're planning on about a week and a half or so. So we should have plenty of provisions beyond that, but if it stretches, just keep a close eye on it.
Of course.
Okay. Then what do you do?
I'll salute or bow or whatever the.
Okay, whatever
whatever we do. No, not. We're on the sea. We're in no man's territory.
Yeah. So it would be sort of a one of these numbers. You don't wear a hat. I assume you don't wear a hat.
I'd probably just have like a bandana.
Okay. But you'd reach for, if you were wearing something with a brim, you'd reach for where that brim would be. It's sort of the traditional salute kind of thing. And you turn and walk out the door.
No, hold on. I'm not wearing a bandana. I'm wearing a SME hat. I don't know what that is, but
okay.
I'm wearing whatever that is.
All right, sounds good. As you're leaving, just make me a perception check real quick.
17.
17. Okay. As you're heading out the door and pulling it closed behind you, you do hear the first mate say, "Our spies in Costas were quite adamant that they'd be on this bearing, Captain. If they're holding to the course that we're expecting, we should find them within a week."
So as the door is closing, I just walk in underneath your legs.
Okay. How many people on the crew know that the ship's cat is...
Probably not many.
Is Finbar? No? Okay. So it's not something that you've ever knowingly revealed.
Mm-mm.
All right.
I would like to say that I know because I tried to put you in a soup once.
In desperate times.
I was like,
under
oh.
desperate measures.
Oh, this is the first time I've done that.
Where the last one went.
All right. So
I
you're
was courting her.
so you're making your way into the captain's
sort
cabin.
of like doing the cat thing and going along legs as he's
Okay.
listening.
So you do get the captain at least reaches down and sort of gives you scritches behind the ear. The first mate pretty much just ignores you. So you would have caught that last little comment as well. If our spies be right, she's carrying a mighty fine treasure, and mayhaps even have charts for the Empress's treasure hoard.
And treasure was the real, or friendship was the real treasure.
Oh,
Treasure was the real treasure.
Friendship all
Treasure
along.
English.
Right. Well, stay to the best course. Keep all possible speed. Catch the wind, and we should find her within a week. Aye, Captain. And the first mate sort of rolls the charts, puts them back in their little cubbies, walks out and heads up. Captain just leans back and just keeps scritching at you. He does get up and open one of the, some of the rear windows to get the nice breeze coming in from astern. You hear the sounds of orders being given topside, sails being trimmed, courses being set, things like that.
I'm going back to sleep because my job doesn't happen until nighttime most of the time.
So this works, over the next week or so. The ship falls into its routine. Those that were a little green on the first day get their sea legs, get their stomachs, stop feeding the fish over the side, and start eating more of what you're preparing for them. And life goes on more or less as you would expect it to. The third day out, you do skirt a little bit of rough weather, a little bit of rough seas, rough winds. You do stay out of the storm, which is nice.
You don't have to worry about it. It was just me sending the picture of the cat.
Okay. But by and large, it is an uneventful voyage. During the night, on the sixth night out from port, Finbar is in his humanoid form, probably.
Yeah.
Where would you be most nights?
So he tries to stick to the bow.
Okay.
Because he also loves to study the stars, and so he'll during the nighttime especially, he'll coordinate with whoever's at the helm to keep us on course.
Okay. All right. Very good. Make me a perception check.
With disadvantage, I believe.
With disadvantage, yes.
He
Unfortunately.
came in, disadvantaged you, and ran.
Terrible disadvantage.
Don't want to do the.
Yeah, I've rolled much worse. So 11 plus
do the
6
puns.
is 17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
Not bad for disadvantage. As you are watching the stars from the bow, far off on the horizon, just for a second, and then again, and then again, you see the light of a lantern far off on the distance.
Okay.
And it's flickering because it's in and out of the swells.
Okay. I'm gonna look back. Do we have it? No, we don't have anything lit on deck currently, or do we?
Odds or evens?
Evens.
So I rolled a 5, which yes,
That does not even.
there are in fact lanterns on lit on the deck to give sight to those who are not blessed with dark vision.
Snuff it.
Okay. I think. Yep. Torch or small campfire. We're gonna druid craft real fast and just.
Oi! What you see?
We need a name.
Well,
Lights. Another ship.
Where away?
And he'll sort of like look up and coordinate with one of the constellations, and then give a rough degree based
Okay.
on the constellations.
All right, and so you feel the ship start to turn just ever so slightly, following onto the course that you've given.
Interesting.
So what else are you going to do with all of that? Because at the moment, only you and the helmsman know what's happening.
I don't actually have orders to like. But he's gonna go and sort of quietly rap on the captain's door.
Come.
He'll open a little bit. Captain, ship off the port.
We've
You got it, sir.
We've set intercept.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Rouse the first mate and the bosun.
Done, sir. No.
Okay.
I know it's too early in the time period, but I just imagine like an alarm goes out. But
That would be the last thing you want to do on the open ocean because sound carries.
I don't know why I was thinking. It's just like, I mean, if this time period you heard that, you're just like, it's a kraken,
Right?
We need to get sacrifices.
So the moment he's rapped on both of those doors and called for them, he's going to go get Koi.
Okay.
Because that's what you do. You
Okay.
wake up your little brother in the roughest way possible.
What's the roughest way possible in a hammock? I was gonna rush it. I'm awake. What happened? What happened?
Raccoon in the
Are
corner.
we
has
sinking?
stolen
Are we
rings.
sinking? Are we sinking?
No. No. Get your gear on.
Done. Just toss the head up.
I suspect a fight's brewing.
Okay. Put on my hat.
Does the cook sleep with everybody else, or does the cook sleep?
Where would the cook sleep?
I want to sleep with this possum raccoon.
Wait, sorry.
Was
you,
that
you
you
do?
don't?
I don't.
Oh.
Oh, you don't. I
too
mean,
close- too
so
close to
you
work.
could just be sitting in like a chair right next to the food barrel with the meat cleaver, just
That's
like
true.
just
Yeah,
in
yeah,
case.
that's
You're just in
because
case
of
someone,
you.
in case someone tries to come in for like a midnight snack.
So I just don't know if I can hear anything or notice anything. I'm just sleeping.
Well, I suspect they'll rouse the rest of the crew, but I just, you mess with your siblings, right?
Breakfast already?
Already, very quiche.
So by the time the two of you, three of you, I guess,
Okay,
are,
yeah,
are
you're
you going
following
with
along.
Oh yeah.
Ziff? Okay. So by the time the three of you get back on deck, the captain, the first mate, and the quartermaster are all standing around the helm. They've all got their spy glasses out, looking off in the direction that they've been pointed. The three, so you know where to look. The two of you, kind of following where everyone is looking, look out.
I have proficient navigator's tools, so.
So you sort of gaze out that direction, and you see the lights on the horizon. They're a little bit more steady. They are bobbing just a little bit. Part of that is the skiff bobbing. Part of it is probably the motion of the other ship. But they are visible more often than not now, which
Which means we're hitting the same swells.
it also means you're probably gaining on them somewhat.
And we can't see, like, from this distance what kind of ship it is, right?
At the moment, no. You three.
Sure.
Rouse up the rest of the crew. We are intercepting that ship.
Like Captain.
Hi, Captain.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna
Come up with my.
Ding, 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 ding.
No! Wait!
Fish cakes are gonna burn.
Fish cakes. My cakes, you're burning.
Fish puffs.
Mop in your chair.
What?
Morning. Time to go.
Waking everyone up.
Okay.
Breakfast? I slice
Nope.
a chunk of bacon to go.
Oh. That works?
Salted pork.
All
So
right.
jump to feed everyone.
It doesn't take long. It's not a large ship by any means, but you're able to rouse up all the crew that are off watch, get them all gathered together, where the captain sort of can address the whole crew. Men, women,
And children.
crewmates. We've been told that yonder ship is carrying part of the Empress's treasure, and we plan on taking it. Every man to your post. Sharp's the word, quick's the action.
This is more for Koi's sake. On the how bad is the how good is the Costas Imperial ships? As in, what? How well is the Costas Navy? Is it a good navy, or is it?
It's a fair to good navy. Yes.
Now, out of curiosity, are there, like, ship bags of holding to check out from the stores or storage below, something like that? Because I can just go on board at some point and be finding the treasure and stuffing it into bags of holding. Is that an available thing?
Are you volunteering there?
You said treasure and I was there.
Right. Once we intercept and get her stopped, we will need a boarding party. We have one. Who else wishes to go aboard?
I feel like this is Keith giving us a hint that the four of us should be in the morning.
I'm missing my saffron. I need to restock.
I didn't do it.
We're just eating like raw saffron and just like.
It's the most expensive
Maybe
thing I have.
maybe it's better
Like,
if maybe
teeth are,
more.
like, bright orange, right? That's the like
Yellow.
or yeah,
Eat this
bright
ration.
yellow. Like didn't
Eat
like
this ration. Eat this ration.
We just keep thinking. You just keep eating the saffron, and we're just like, maybe it's getting rabies or like scurvy or something. Just keep feeding you oranges or something.
Jaundice, my teeth are yellow.
So the captain details a couple other crew members to be part of the boarding party. As you know, for when it gets down to that part. Meanwhile, the skiff continues to close on their target. I was going to say something and I lost the plot. Oh no!
We're on a ship. It's called the Seafoam Skiff. We're currently chasing an unknown ship that is carrying Costa's treasure. We have a raccoon.
Okay. Right. That's what I was going to do. So you're the quartermaster.
I am the quartermaster.
You have the keys to. So the captain sort of motions you over and says, "Make sure the boarding party is well outfitted." And he takes the key, one of the keys off,
Captain.
and you know that key goes to sort of a locker in his cabin.
Okay.
So you run down with the boarding party and open it up. And the first thing you pull out for Ziff is, in fact, a bag of holding.
All right. There's the bag. There's the loot carrier.
For Braca. What?
Nothing. My last name.
Braca Bottom.
Bro.
Boo. Boo.
But I got the disadvantage.
I don't think I heard your last name until just now. So
if Distal comes back.
if Distal comes back, you're getting disadvantage. So for Braca, there is like an enormous cast iron skillet.
Yes.
Your weapon of choice.
I've been cooking with this.
And that's so that is a that's a +2 skillet.
+2 skillet.
Let's choose.
Nice.
Nice.
I look at my. It's weathered perfectly.
Weathered?
Seasoned.
Weathered?
Seasoned.
It's on a pirate ship. I'd take it.
There you go. I dip it in salt water and stuff, and then.
Oof. So Finbar, what is your what would you
He uses a spear and a scimitar.
Spear and a scimitar. Okay. All right. So for you, there's actually a trident.
Trident for you.
Also +2.
Hi.
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 What's your poison of choice?
I'm a monk.
Peace.
Right. Okay.
I mean, magical tentacles are always an option.
Prayer beads that you can throw.
You're level 5, so you have 5 key points.
Yes.
Okay.
Should have said magical tattoo.
For you, there are a pair of bracers,
Yes.
and when you put them on, you get 5 additional key points.
Whoa, okay. Okay.
And once you've divvied out all of that, you close the door,
Just close the door.
lock it, and then take the key back out to the captain.
Right.
Right. In that short little time that you were down outfitting yourselves, you have drawn much closer, and the sun. It's starting to become that pre-dawn lightning of the sky. So you're starting to hear voices from across the water, shouts, yells, orders you assume being given on the other ship. Those of you who look up at the place where the pennant is flying see that there is what looks to be an imperial standard flying from the mast, which means that the captain is presenting as an ally to whatever ship that is ahead of you. It's a tactic you all know very well. It's something that he does quite often. In fact, that pennant is what is known as a smuggler's banner because it can be whatever he needs it to be.
You can't regulate magic on the sea.
As the day breaks, as the sun gets brighter and lighter.
That is such a great
That's awesome.
picture.
Oh.
Okay.
I was like, why are you covering your drink?
Because we're not sponsoring us.
Nice. It's too bad that I don't have that up. Here, let's do the thing. I don't know if I can get any closer. I think that's all the way in.
Well, we can bring it closer.
Yeah, there we go. Very nice. Very nice. So, yeah, good deal.
Did not draw.
Did not draw?
Courtesy of Kiki B. Kiki B.
Good job, Kiki B.
Good job.
Very
Awesome.
nice.
Good job. So as the day brightens up, the captain does go up to the helm. He's watching the gap close, and then he pulls another lever, and the water around the skiff starts to churn a little bit.
We've entered into hyper turbo mode.
No, it's not that. It makes the water a little bit rougher, a little bit harder for other ships to close with you.
Okay.
It's at this point that the other ship ports open up in the side, and oars come out
Okay.
I was going to say,
And-
you be careful
and-
because Lance is watching.
and dip into the water and start rowing in unison.
Okay.
Bosun also keeps the time for them.
Yeah.
Another bosun job.
How far away at this point? Still like maybe like a quarter mile away?
About a quarter of a mile. So it's a little far yet for hand to hand. Obviously, a little bit far for magical attacks. No, you would,
I have some.
and you
As
have.
a Triton, you have a couple.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Options.
Waterfall and
But
things.
they're out of range of that.
Sure.
I need to look at the
You wanna-
range
you
for the
wanna-
ship weapons.
Do we want?
Water wall is 60 feet.
Do we want to try and Moses them?
No,
I know.
this
I was
is-
thinking just like,
Oh, smash them?
or just like pivot a wall in front of them.
I've heard worse ideas.
How far away are
Actually-
we from?
Like a quarter mile.
We'll have to be much closer for that.
Yeah, no, but I assume we're just talking on the things like we want to try and Moses, or and once we get on, do we want to try and gust of wind them off the?
Any harpoons that are attached to the?
Oh, that's true. Do we have any?
Um,
Armaments?
so you do have on the ship you have a ballista and a mangonel.
What's a mangonel?
So
the balls with the chain in the middle?
no, so that would be a type of ammunition. The mangonel is, I forget what that is. Hang on.
Not sure what that is.
Gives us access to things you didn't know.
Right.
Oh, it's like a trebuchet, a small traction trebuchet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Used in ancient China.
Oh, okay, one of those.
All right. So the ballista is good out to about 480 feet. That's sort of its long range. The mangonel is good out to 800 feet,
Dang, Gina.
and cannot hit anything within 60 feet of itself.
Fair enough.
The short range, the normal range for it is 200. So it's for the mangonel it's 200, 800. For the ballista, it's 120, 480. But those weapons themselves are being manned, and you do see that the oars going on the other ship have slowed your advance on them. So you guys are going to have to start doing something to try and help close the distance.
Well, I'm gonna go down and requisition some grog to send a fireball towards their sails,
Okay.
or at least start getting that going as well. We need to go fast. I can deal with that. I have gust of wind. I can propel our sails considerably a little bit if we want.
I mean, we could also. I could take somebody over. And you look at the people who probably know. I could just take somebody over.
Okay.
How far away are they? Like in feet-ish?
In feetish, a quarter mile is about 1,300 feet.
Oh, that's beyond my range.
Is that beyond many of
I mean, I
ours?
could fly. Well, that's probably not super safe. I could fly one of us over. What's that?
Are you flying fish?
Something like that.
We could Triton surf. Just
I mean, we
stand
could
on
swim,
your
but I
back.
don't know that it'll be much faster than our
That's
current
fair.
approach.
That's fair.
Lasso a dolphin.
Would I know if I
Accept it would be
gust
the
of
same thing.
winded the sails? Would that make us go faster?
I mean, if we're looking at. Let's see, come on.
So couldn't hurt.
Okay.
Couldn't hurt.
We have that option unless anyone else has got something.
I can shoot things.
I think we're a little bit out of range to
Okay.
shoot something at the moment.
So
320, right? Yeah, 320.
Roll me a d6.
5.
5. Okay. So. So it's. So you can tell that the target ship is kind of abeam the wind. So it's like if the wind is blowing from the north, it's moving east. So it's got full advantage of the wind. If you could somehow force it to turn a little bit, like if you could force it to turn to the left a little bit, it would come up on the wind and it would slow down considerably.
I don't think I have access to anything at this level.
Yeah, I think control weather is like a 5th level spell.
Yeah, I was just going through. I don't see. I've got a gust of wind as well,
Yeah.
but. I could sleep storm,
I was like,
but that's too far away still.
could I scrounge craft a strange wind machine or something? I don't know. Just looking for anything that I might be able to do, but I don't think I got nothing.
Can any of those weaponries that you listed throw a person?
I mean, theoretically, yes, but it's only going to throw you
800 feet.
How big is the boarding party?
It's
Oh.
just
4
us.
people.
Is it just the 4 of us?
It's 6.
Oh.
6.
Six.
Okay.
So they did send a couple more with you guys.
Yeah, we
Okay.
need.
So how long, roughly, at the rate we're going, do you think it'll take us to get there?
So you're closing because they've got the mechanized oars going. In addition to the actual wind, I assume you're doing gust of wind, sort of negates.
Yeah,
That a
I'll
little
spend
bit?
mine. It only lasts a minute, but at least it'll get us closer.
Okay.
So
Um,
I'll gust of wind us for like a minute to give us a
Okay.
boost.
All things being equal, you are still closing, but you're not closing fast. You're probably closing about about 20 feet a minute on them. So it's gonna take a while,
Yep.
but you are closing with them.
Well, since we've got the time, I'll set up a ritual spell.
Should know.
Water walk.
That's probably a good idea.
So we'll just run across to do that.
Yep, we can.
That's awesome.
So that'll take 10 minutes, I
What's your
think.
speed?
30.
Oh, okay.
I also
Also
have climb
30.
speed.
I have swim speed, but it's not really going to help us
Do
because
we
we're
have
going to be on
swim
top. Yeah.
Do we?
Mm-hmm.
I can climb
Didn't
up
say on
and
mine.
drop a rope for you guys though on the other side. So because I also have 50 feet of rope. Well, I guess all of us
swim
do.
speed of 30 feet.
Okay.
All
Listen
right.
to it.
So I can cast it on all of us.
Okay. So
'Cause up to
so
10
what did I say?
creatures.
20 feet every minute.
20 feet every minute, yes.
So in 10 minutes, you will have closed.
200 feet.
All right. So you're 1,100 feet out.
Okay.
How long does that last?
Is it
8 hours,
concentration?
isn't it?
Oh no, Alex just threw up.
D&D.
It lasts for an hour.
Oh, it lasts for an hour. Okay.
It is not concentration.
30.
So then, where did it go? There we go. Then, pass without a trace once we're ready to go.
Okay.
That makes no sense.
What?
This thing generated says I weigh 96 pounds.
Oh.
As a half orc.
I was like, that makes no sense. You're not even a human with 96 pounds. Well, no human I want to know.
I have not weighed that much in a very long time. Childhood.
But mere child, I could have weighed such a thing. My
So,
English is dying. Help.
near as I can figure, that's going to take you about 4 minutes to run across there.
And it lasts how long?
8 hours.
But I argue that if I can move 30 feet in a round or in a turn, which is like
6
6
seconds.
seconds, then I could.
Well, and we can also dash with an action.
So we could do 60 feet.
No, so it would actually be more like 2 minutes to get across there.
And I'll even go slow.
Alright, so pass without a trace as soon as we're ready to go.
You want a fog cloud?
That's true, but that's concentration, so that
I'm
would
not
have to be you.
concentrating
Yeah.
on it, so.
But they would just see like a thing of fog moving, right? Or no?
I mean, it depends on
Yeah.
exactly where they're looking.
Yeah. Shit happens at sea.
Strange things happen at sea.
We're also
Kraken
into
fart,
that.
Hold on, let
man.
me
We're
check to
also
see
in-
if fog cloud is.
Like, if they're
Doable.
actively running from the ship, they're probably not looking down specifically into the water.
That's also true.
But also, we're in that, like, early morning still, so, like, the light, depending on which direction it's coming from, might make it hard to see us.
Cloud of fog following us.
I mean, Krakens
Forget the
fart.
fog. I'm trying to
Do they? Do you really
Sure.
think that they do?
You create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. Does that mean it doesn't necessarily say it can't move? Centered on a point within range. I assume it does.
Oh
can't
no,
move
if
it.
it's a point within range, then it is stationary.
Yeah,
because
it's-
it's not
it's
a
stationary.
target within range.
Never mind. So,
Okay, so everybody quick and quiet. Stealth rolls.
Alright, stealth rolls.
Plus 10. correct?
Plus 10.
Are we like in the shadow of the ships or anything that would be considered dim light? I doubt that I would need this, but is it still kind of early
Probably.
morning?
I mean, it's still kind of early morning, so yeah, I'll give you a dim light.
said plus 10.
Wow, those were both bad rolls, but I've got a really high stealth, so that works.
Oh. And the first crew member to go with you guys gets disadvantage.
Why does he get disadvantage?
Because Distal
Because
hates
Distal.
Pete's jokes.
Oh, right.
Because
He's
Distal.
got a plus 10. He'll be fine.
I mean, plus 10 makes up for a lot of ills,
Yeah.
but.
13.
28.
No,
Yeah.
13 total, I believe.
No, sorry.
24. Okay, so a 13 and a 24.
28.
28.
18.
18.
Wait, with the plus 10? Ouch.
Oof.
Yeah, mine was 19 with a plus 9, so yeah.
Guys, I only have a plus 1.
19.
You rolled well. Oh.
I know,
You
right?
only have a plus 1, but you said 28?
I
It's
rolled a
just an
17.
18 plus 10.
18.
So he's giving you a
Oh,
he's
the
giving you a
plus
plus-
10 part.
Plus 10.
he's giving you a plus 10 with the pass without trace.
In that case,
39.
then yeah, 30, 29.
29.
There we go.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, I should not be
Did
that
you-
much higher.
And, and did you include that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that is.
All right.
Yep.
I need to mark spells here because I actually used one.
I have this sort of grunt when I run. It's like a.
Yep.
Because I'm not used to running. I'm a cook.
Right.
I mean, none
Right.
of us are used to running.
We're on a boat.
We're on a boat. If we run, it's like 60 feet from one end to one end.
We did not watch Zombieland. We did not catch that rule number 1 is cardio. At least I think that's rule number 1, or is that double tap? No, that's
I don't
later.
like that day.
Cardio.
Yeah. Rule number 1 is a cardio. Okay. So, believe it or not, all of you guys, except for the one, succeeded on your stealth rolls, but because it's a group effort, even that one does not get you guys seen. So you guys go, skimming across the water quietly, sort of hiding behind the troughs as you get closer and closer and closer. And as you approach, you see that the ship's name is the Siren, Syren.
Oh, they're from Utah.
Right. For those of you
you
watching
can
from
see
other
it's
places, nobody in Utah spells names normally.
it's very similar to, it's sort of a similar size to the seafoam skiff. So kind of you assume it's going to be somewhat in the same class, armed the same way, crewed the same way. So you feel like you've got at least that going for you as you approach.
Up and in, disable the oars.
Oh, you can.
Up and in, disable the oars.
Okay.
I will climb up and drop a rope for anybody who might need extra help.
Okay. So you've got a climb speed. Anyone else who does not, give me an athletics check.
Let me check monk shit real quick.
Yeah.
If I just said monk shit,
Hey.
would you just accept that I can?
Twinsies?
Not at level 5.
Okay, give me a moment.
So how'd you guys do?
Well, we both rolled 4s, so...
Wow.
I have a 9.
Not bad.
Wow.
7 and 9.
For a what check?
Wait. I have something called a maneuver save.
What?
I don't know.
What is it? Athletics?
For
Oh,
combat.
16.
16? Okay.
so your maneuver save DC. So that is using your Battlemaster maneuvers. Your save DC is 14. So
Oh.
for your... Just kidding. None of yours actually use it. But sometimes the maneuvers will make them like drop their weapon or whatever. So that's your save DC for that. They would have to be a 14.
Nothing.
Okay. So Ziff gets in, obviously, is able to scamper up the side of the ship easily enough, and then drop a rope out for everyone else. Koi clambers through easily enough. The two crewmates that go with you guys manage to pull themselves up easily enough. One of them does it with quite a bit of style, as he rolled a natural 20.
Show off.
And then there's Finbar and Braca.
I'm getting the good dice.
It hurts my fins on my arms to climb that way.
You're so delicate.
I was up all night skinning potatoes for all you jerks.
Shut up, get on. So I'm gonna get down on all fours and turn into a giant toad. And I'm just gonna jump it. Get on. Alternatively, instead of, getting on my back,
Bless you.
not actually a waste, because it's a decent creature. Alternatively, if you don't want to just hold on, I could eat you and then jump.
Gingerly get on your back.
I can jump up to 20 feet.
I will let you have that. You jump in through one of the portholes for the mechanical oars. Once you're all aboard, you sort of take a look around and you realize that these are indeed mechanical oars. There is no one sitting there rowing. There's linkages and ropes pulling back and forth, and they're all leading towards the stern.
Okay.
Permission to fuck shit up.
Who are you asking?
Who are you asking?
Oh, I guess DM. But like his Ziffle's eyes will get really, really big, and he'll look at everybody and like, do I stop the thing?
Oh, let's figure out what the thing is first.
Okay.
Because if you mess with it, it might blow up. And with it, there's the treasure.
I hadn't really thought of that. That's fair.
I mean, we could always get it from the bottom of the sea, but then we're fighting things in the sea. Frog.
You're so weird looking at that.
Let's go see what it is.
Okay.
Make our way to the stern where the
Okay.
thing.
Repeat what you're saying.
So at the stern on this level, the ropes sort of go through little little holes in the wall. There's a hatchway leading into what you assume is the place where all of this is controlled from. The door is currently closed, and you are hearing the sounds from on deck, the sounds of sailors, orders being shouted, things happening very sort of loudly and almost panic-stricken.
Listening at the hatch, does it seem like there's anyone down where the mechanism would be?
Make me a perception check.
14.
14. Yes. So you can hear. First of all, you can hear the sounds of sort of a clockwork mechanism at work, but you do also hear. You hear someone's sort of pacing back and forth.
Big thing, small thing.
Sort of a medium-sized
Okay.
creature.
If I were to like guess a combat rating by the
Well, now, so it was only Koi that was listening at the hatch.
And I can only hear like one pair of footsteps, right? So I'll just be like, one person down here. Knock, and then see if they open up, and then just like ambush them. Is it like a locked hatch or just like open?
So you don't see a lock, but it is dogged tight shut. So it will need to be.
See if they open up.
I'm gonna climb up over the top so that I'll just be waiting for everything to open up.
Okay.
Just get
Be able
ready.
to drop
Just get
down.
ready
I
to.
look around like, where am I gonna hide?
Well, I just wait for them to open it up. You slam your skillet down. I'll punch them in the face.
I go over to
You
the door.
do what, stab or whatever, and then you, if beyond that they survive, you do whatever your form can do to stop this.
So
Everyone ready?
I'm waiting with my skillet.
Getting your golf swing ready. Okay, then I will knock on the hatch.
Okay. Real quick, let's have everyone roll me an initiative roll.
Okay.
All right.
You were the chosen one.
Roll. 9.
9.
16.
16.
11.
11.
I have a 12.
And a 12. Okay. So you hear the sounds of clunk, 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 coming from
The
the
hatch.
coming from behind the hatch.
Okay.
What is it? And you hear sort of the wheel turning and locks disengaging,
Okay.
and the door opens in, and there is there's a large sort of green-skinned orc standing there. Well, I don't know you.
How?
Night night.
And so it's gonna be, it'll be,
It's cute though.
it'll be, It'll be Ziff first.
And does she get advantage because this entity is surprised?
She'll have advantage because she's hidden.
Okay.
I'm also flanking, I imagine, so...
Probably not.
Probably
if he's
not
in the
if
doorway.
he's at the doorway.
Door opened in.
But he is surprised, so you do get advantage, and it will proc the
Sneak attack.
sneak attack.
Nat... This...
Yes!
That's 2 nat 20s.
Hold on, don't touch it. Don't touch it. I'm gonna take a picture.
Okay.
As Brayden as my witness.
As my witness.
That's the only time that's ever going to happen in my life. Actually, I think it might have happened once before already, but it's
You've
not
had-
a frequent
you've-
thing.
So, what kind of rogue are you?
So I am a thief rogue.
Okay. I was hoping assassin, but we'll take what we can get.
Do we... and this is a
You just get
1d8.
like 2 bonus actions, right?
Well...
Not yet, at least.
Technically,
Seriously? That's such a crap roll. Thankfully, I get, like, the max
max
roll on the first, so... does that include the sneak attack, or just
Yes.
the... Okay, sweet.
All dice that are rolled.
So 18 plus 8 is going to be our 26 for the nat 20. 27, 28, 29, 31, 32, 32 points of damage. Do we want to be non-lethal?
That's up to you.
You're asking that after you rolled it for 30.
That's fair.
I mean, we are pirates, so...
Yeah, but he could be, like, if we decide to take the ship, he could be a useful asset.
It's up to you, what you decide. Is Ziffle a cold-blooded killer, or...
None of my characters are cold-blooded killers. So I am going to go non-lethal and take my cue from other people, because I can see this guy being potentially useful, depending on what happens with the rest of this shindig. So.
All right.
32
So
points of damage.
32 points of even non-lethal damage.
Out cold.
He's out cold. And as he goes back,
I'm taking his feet out from under it.
Oh, I thought you would just, like, ate him.
No, he's too big to just eat him.
so all right, so you're going to do that. Are either of you going to try and break this guy's fall on the way down?
No, I have 2 hands on my...
No?
I'll try to... I'll, like, hurry and
Okay.
try and catch him
Make
before he gets
me
down.
a dexterity saving throw.
I have his feet, so if you grab his shirt, he won't hit the ground.
Dexterity saving throw?
Yep.
17.
17? Okay. So you're able to actually sort of grab a hold of him and keep him from crashing to the floor as he goes down.
Anyone else in the room?
No one else is in the room.
Just gesture for everyone to get in as I just drag him into the room. Sort of
Pat
like
his
gently
head with my little...
just prop him up to the side
Okay.
and look at what we're looking at.
All right. So it is a clockwork device that has sort of a single lever and a single lever on top, and then a couple of buttons off to one side. Looking at it, it appears that the lever itself adjusts the speed of the sweeps. The buttons are for opening and closing the portholes to extend them
Send
out.
the sweeps to go backwards.
Is that a
I mean,
option?
that'll
Is
break
there a
them
backup?
probably, but...
I mean,
lift the frying pan and just bash it in.
Oh.
got it.
So roughly, we're looking at maybe 20 more crew members, right? Above.
About that, yeah.
Okay.
You figure there's probably at least 25 regular crew members plus the officers.
And
So 25 to
so
30.
question: How fast? So metaphorically speaking, if we turn this off, how fast would the sea foam get to us before they would fight? The two ships would quote unquote start fighting.
Okay, so the sweeps took it down to only closing about 20 feet every minute.
Mm-hmm.
If the sweeps were not running, that would probably go up to about double, so about 40 feet a minute.
Okay.
If you put them in reverse, you could bring the Siren to a complete stop, and the seafoam skiff would probably be on it in little more than 5 minutes.
Reverse. Nod your head. Okay.
Sure.
If we do this, that means upstairs are gonna be people who come down. Are you prepared to AOE you needed?
That's the frying pan.
He'll drop the form and be
so
like,
before-
alright,
so-
fine.
Alright, one more thing before we continue. So, what is the entrance from above deck to get down into here?
Okay. There is so there are two. They call them ladders, but they're basically just really steep stairs.
Okay.
One's at the fore, one's sort of at the rear.
Okay.
So that one would be the one that's closest to where you guys are.
The rear one?
The rear one. There is also another deck below you guys. If it's anything like the skiff, there's probably a couple of that's probably a couple of cargo holds down there.
Okay.
On this level in the bow, there's probably a couple of cabins that have been for you guys. It's where the crew cabins are, and then the captain's cabin is up top.
Before I do this, here is a question. Couldn't we just grab the treasure, hop off, and run back to our own ship?
Potentially.
Depends on how much there is.
That's
And
true.
where it is.
And what's this? I mean, it's not all going to fit in that bag of holding.
Okay. Well, you want to just lock
I mean-
ourselves in here for 5 minutes and then...
I think that's probably our best
Alright,
bet.
everyone in.
Although, it is probably worth noting that if we were to try that, anything I'm carrying, I can turn back into a giant octopus and just go. But that requires that I be able to carry it.
That's really cool.
Well, let's put this thing in reverse and then we'll close the door. And Bob's your uncle. Okay. Close the door. Turn the locking mechanism. Finbar, do you want to tie him up just in case?
Sure. I'll do some sailor's knots here. We'll tie him up real good.
Probably knows them.
Then
Yeah, but I don't. I'm gonna tie his hands up too.
and then I'm gonna take it slow, but slowly put this in reverse.
Okay.
Just slow, so it's not like I'm immediately kicking it in reverse.
Okay.
And wreck the mechanism. Just gonna do it slow.
Okay. So nice and slow, and you sort of, as you start to do that, you all feel
Just
sort of very slow sort of deceleration, and then once you hit into the reverse range, it really starts to slow down a good bit. So you start to hear yelling and feet pounding from upstairs, and directly over your head. In fact, there's a stomp on the ceiling. It's like, "What are you doing, man? You're gonna let them catch us!"
turn up the speed.
The stomping gets louder. There's feet pounding on the door, or feet pounding on the ladder outside, and then there's starts to be pounding on the door.
I'm gonna
One moment.
get to I'm gonna climb to where the door is so that if anybody drops, like, I'll just be able to hit them immediately.
I'm yelling down, like, one moment.
I'm casting Shillelagh.
Okay, all right.
Is this going back to Cactus for all of his evils?
I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna be like standing by the mechanism, but also kind of where I can see the door. So should the door be busted open, I can just like, I don't know, I can't gust of wind, but just prepare for when the assault happens. So.
All right.
Question.
Yes.
Does it have extra attack? So I can make 2 attacks rather than 1?
Correct.
Does that mean I can have, like, frying pan and...
Oh, so extra attack just means that you can.
Your main weapon, usually, you hit twice. If you're using 2 weapons, then you can hit with 1 as a bonus action.
Yes.
But because you don't have dual wielder...
You don't add your
You don't add your-
either
yeah.
charisma or strength bonus to on top of the dice. It's just the straight dice.
Pew.
Yeah.
Okay.
So extra attack just means you get 2.
You
and
get to
then
hit him again.
You get to hit him again. So
Okay.
we'll
What's
just.
the full skillet thing? Because I have +2.
It's just a
but
+2. So whatever you have on there, just add +2
I have,
to
Both to
hit,
hit
and
and
damage.
damage.
but I have weapons that have stuff on them.
Oh, like what would
Just
her
pretend
actual?
it's a scimitar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
pretend it's a D6.
It's a big skillet.
It's
Yeah,
a big
it's yeah. It'll be a D6. It'll use your strength. It is not a finesse weapon.
Are we looking at clear skies outside?
I mean, mostly clear. I mean, there was a little bit of like fluffy clouds. Oh my God, I can't
Cumulus
talk.
nimbus.
But
as
it
known in
was
scholarly
not. It was
terms.
not storming when you guys came
Are you
aboard.
about to
No.
make it storm?
Considering it.
We're going
Okay.
to make it rain.
Call Lightning Man just right on top of us over and over
Well,
again.
hold on.
Light the
Not
ship
on
on
top
fire.
of us, because it'll go through the boards
Eventually.
eventually.
Don't you have to be able to see the sky to do that?
Yeah.
So from where you are, you actually can't cast that one right now. All right. So there's feet pounding on the ladder outside,
Mm-hmm.
and then lots of voices and pounding on the door. Open up! Open up! What are you doing?
I'm pooping!
Ziff will just.
I mean,
There's a time and a place, and this ain't it.
Do we want to just fog cloud the other side of this door?
I think you have to be able to see it.
No,
from
you
far
can.
away.
From a point within range, it does not say visual. I just looked it up.
A point within range, and it doesn't say a point that you
You
can
create
see.
a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range.
Do it.
That seems like an oops, but hey, we'll exploit it.
Whoosh! Just cover the center of this
What? What?
skiff and
What's going on?
I'm blazing it in here, man.
Really bad gas!
And you hear the crack of an axe hitting the door. And
Are you an idiot? If you break this door open, then everything will go to shit.
Alright, I am preparing Thunderwave for the moment the moment I have a big enough hole to see through.
And I'm just concentrating on the fog cloud.
The
So
minute I see any skull, I'm going to
Crack it.
Okay.
and then
Same.
y'all get in front. Because I'm going to pound that.
Oh well.
oh well, it's gone now.
Let's go
To the
now.
ether of the carpet it goes.
All right. So it only takes one more swing, and the door shatters. And
Underway.
All the things.
all right. Is there a save along with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Con save. And it's each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from my fingertip.
So would that not hit some of us?
I hope
Not if he's at the door. And
Yeah,
just
I was
puts his
just waiting
fingers
for a
into
hole
the
big
door.
enough to see through.
I mean, like, I was at the door to make sure that you don't.
Yeah, but I
knock
could
on
just stick my hand past you.
Ooh.
What's the DC?
Not very high. It's oh, I'm casting it at 3rd level for what it's worth. It is DC 14. Also, anything that is not secured in that hallway also gets pushed 10 feet away.
Okay. So there goes that. Not that I needed to, because it still would have failed, even without disadvantage. But so the first 3 sailors in line fail.
And they're going backwards 10 feet into their compatriots. They are also taking damage.
Okay.
13 points of thunder damage.
Oof. Okay.
And a thunderous boom audible out to 300 feet. echoes from there too.
So it just sort of echoes down the hall.
You idiots, just blow it up!
As you're sort of watching, you can see the hull of the ship just sort of all the way down to the forward cabin. All of the mechanism of the oars just shatters.
Fair enough. We basically stopped them in the tracks and then just slowly they're now just slowly going forward.
So they do still have wind power on their side, but you have definitely slowed them enough that that the skiff will be pulling alongside probably in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna step behind the big one.
All right.
Clang! It's gonna be one of those cuckoo clocks where someone just comes in, clang, slit throat. Clang, slit throat.
I'm a crackle like a boom on the
I
skull.
have intimidation, so I can.
Roar at them.
All right. So there are now. Oh,
Anyone won't help you now? Oh no! He's after you guys today.
Character disadvantage. Who's that for?
That's for Steve.
For the big one. No,
Big one won't help you.
because I said I'm stepping behind the big one.
Oh.
This is for you.
Well, no, it's for you because you're the one stepping behind the big one. The big one won't save you now.
Oh, wait, okay. Is that for me?
I guess so.
Is that for Steven or for Chipper?
Please let us know.
Yeah, Steven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve.
Steve. All right.
You don't deserve the N.
Okay. So,
Do you want us to roll initiative?
yeah, let's go with initiative here.
Oh gosh, that was so cocked. Okay, that's. Well,
Oh, jeez.
so I
Bad.
guess it's decent.
Alright. 18.
Very well respected.
Be a 6.
Very respected 18. A 6?
Yeah. That would be a 6.
That'd be
Well,
a.
you probably do want to.
Okay, so a 6. What was Steph?
18.
18.
The cool thing is with
17.
thief stuff, I
17.
can use my bonus action to sleight of hand thief
19.
them
19.
as they fall over.
Nice.
All
I guess I'll
right.
be taking your sword.
All
Actually, I
right.
can
So
do that too.
so Steven, that'll be you.
What did you roll?
Well, I rolled an 18 and I have a +1, so.
wow.
Then in that case, we're going to throw a spear into the first person in line.
From like behind me?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not getting close.
You're just
Like I said,
lean
I'm
over.
standing behind you.
All right. So make your attack with disadvantage.
I appreciate you, Distal.
It could be a lot worse. Let me pull my character sheet again real quick. So,
Pretty decent.
16.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay. And that is 1d6. 2 plus 1. 3 points of damage.
3 points. Okay. That one is still up.
And that's an action. I think this is bonus action. Oh no. Okay, that's gonna be me.
All right. Steph.
So, is anyone coming back in to fight us?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're. I mean. You know what?
Do you want to go down that corridor again?
Yeah, they're still coming after you.
Okay.
Never thought your way of coming.
Then.
I'm coming to rescue you.
Not in need of a rescue.
You will be shortly.
Why?
Alright,
What'd you do?
I will.
I'm confused and frightened now.
Did I miss
But
a
hi.
message?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
He's trying to throw us off.
When the stream in my car as I jumped out to run in here, they were currently still fighting people at the door.
We are fighting.
We
Yep,
still
they
are,
are.
yep.
Yeah, still are fighting people at the door.
Why? run into whomever I can reach and, roar at them
You need dice.
menacingly.
I do.
Just, the way I do when
Thank you.
Pipple Fliffle, Ziffle Pliff, Piff tries to steal an extra helping. They're not supposed to. And I hit the one I can see with my frying pan.
All right.
As I can.
He's got like a spear sticking out of his arm.
Oh.
Just frying pan to the face. Could be worse.
Can I do precision attack?
Yeah.
It just says add a die. I don't know what that means.
What is your maneuver
Yeah.
die? Probably a d6 at this point.
We'll get through the round
Yeah,
and
no problem.
figure out where you are and
Let
who
me-
you are and what you're doing.
I got a message for you.
Okay.
He already has plans.
Yeah. I'd like to be the evil captain.
Oh.
Make me level 10, please.
1d8.
Yeah, so you add a d8
Okay,
plus.
hold on.
So you rolled the black one, right?
Yeah.
So plus 2. So you're already at 11. Plus, I'm assuming your strength. 12, 13, 14, 15, so that's a 16.
Okay, 16.
16 will hit.
Oh, that didn't include your proficiency. So, 19.
19 to hit.
Sorry.
It still hits.
Still.
No, now it doesn't.
Um.
Backwards DC. Backwards AC.
We just switched to second edition rules.
Surprise!
Well, what is the
Tycho?
Thaco? No. Like the stuff like you hit it. Oh, non-Newtonian. It's a non-Newtonian slime, so it's reversed.
There you go.
And the damage is a d6, I assume.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then plus 2 from the plus 2 weapon, so 6.
6.
Plus 2
From what?
from your strength.
I add my strength?
Yes.
Or your, actually probably your dex. If
No,
we're using
strength.
It as
It is not a finesse weapon.
I was making sure this had 2 d12s.
Okay, so 9.
Why would you need 2 d12s?
I was just because we were replacing
Why
one
would
of
you
the
need 2
things.
d12s?
But yeah. Okay, so plus 2.
Okay, so 9.
So 9
damage.
points. Okay.
And I'd like to hit him again.
You don't need to hit him again because he goes down
Oh.
With a frying pan to the face.
with a frying pan to the face.
frying pans. Who knew?
It's
I'd like
become
to do
very,
it
very-
anyway.
I mean, there are other targets coming
No,
down the
wait, I'm
hall.
neutral good.
Are you sure?
I'm neutral good, so I want to hit the man who's unconscious on the ground in the face again.
Like you do.
An ounce of prevention.
on my alignment, I just have chaotic grabby.
Taken several different ways. Did you just read my message?
Oh God!
Does he have gunpowder?
Wow, I'm excited.
Oh, do I have gunpowder?
Oh dear.
Just wait.
Oh dear.
Not on the ship, please. Please, no.
That's
So what are you
the
doing?
only option.
Are you?
Can I hit again? Another person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have multiple attacks.
That's how extra
That's
attacks
how
work.
extra attack works. Yep.
Okay, 5
not.
I don't want to
plus.
sit over here anymore.
Sorry. 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3. So
13.
8, 10, 13.
13 hits.
Ooh. I have a shot in most of them except one.
7.
8, 9.
9. Where's the 2 coming from?
So you've got 2 from the plus 2 weapon, 2 from your strength.
I had my strength again.
Mechanical question.
Okay.
Yeah, your strength gets added both to your 2 hit and to your 2 damage.
That's OP.
That's the way it works. Have you
I've
not-
not played a non-magical character in a really long time.
Man, wait till you see high level fighters. They
My
start to get like
strength-
4 attacks
It's
around.
real
Right?
dumb.
My strength's been a -1 like
And
for the
then
last 12
they-
years.
All right.
Action
So
surge and then
so you
Clang.
you clang one. He drops. And then you just kind of backhands his buddy, and you hear his skull sort of just crunch and cave in, and he drops.
Oh,
Broccoli, come back!
I'm sorry. Go back. Better check out my pan. Make sure
All
it's
right.
okay.
Well, and you can. You
The
can
the
now,
pan's
because you
fine.
just
It's a
took
magic
2
weapon.
out.
It's fine.
So it's a
Two
cast
enough, you
iron
don't even have to
skeleton.
disengage. You can just walk back.
Okay. So then
Why
that
am
will
I
take
coming
us. That will take us
Protect
to
me.
Koi.
Yes.
And because I'm gonna thunder.
So
would've
real
done
quick,
again.
how many do I see beyond? I'll have dropped fog cloud at that point. I
Okay.
assume. How many do I see beyond this door?
You so make me a perception check real quick.
Actually,
So like
Brady,
5 bodies.
can I suggest that you leave it up? Because I think I would have just blown it up and out the hole, so it might be like
Oh, true.
they might stumble down the stairs.
Something.
13.
13.
Worth a shot, right?
Yeah, I can keep it up.
Okay, so you can tell that there are another 5 or so in the passageway.
Okay.
And you can see movement, although you can't make it out at the forward berth.
Right.
So
So
at the-
more are coming from the forward berth. Okay. All right. And then one more question. What are the size of the oar holes?
I mean, they were big enough for you guys to crawl through to get onto the boat.
Perfect. I'm gonna go up to 2 of them.
They
I'm gonna
are
hit one,
medium sized.
hit one, and then I'm gonna hit the 2 of them, and do something in a minute. So
So your question was about the oar holes?
yeah. So
Okay.
the first. So does a 9 hit?
The oar holes?
No. Does the not? So I'm going to up to 2 guys.
Okay.
Between 2 guys. Sorry.
Okay.
Should've made
Gotcha.
that-
That was-
Now, I think I see what's
Now I understand.
now,
what's
now I
happening.
see what's happening.
I'm touching
So
the hole.
A 9 does not hit.
Okay, everything else will. So I will punch the one guy on my left for 4 points of damage.
Okay.
With the second shot, flurry of blows for 7 to the one, 4 to the other, and I need them both to make strength saving throws.
Or be
Oh, you're
Well,
trying
no,
to put them out the
Yeah,
holes.
I
yeah,
am
he's
a-
punching them out the
I am a
holes.
monk of the way of the open hand. I can push both of them out of the oar holes.
Okay.
Got it.
So what is the DC to beat?
The DC is
Forever.
gonna be 13.
13. Okay.
How many oar holes
So
does this boat have?
the one to your left sort of manages to grab a hold of the frame before he goes
Yeah.
overboard. The one to your right does not, and you punch him and he goes out, and you hear him yell and a splash as he lands in the ocean.
I suppose I'll have to. That'll do. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Uh,
That is my turn then.
That is your turn. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let me see here because I've got a couple of things happening
Better watch
here.
out for those oar holes.
I was trying to. I know I'm not gonna be able to like punch fast, so I figured just pushing them out might be a little easier to.
Finger punch.
Yeah. Pings.
Oh, my hero.
Yep,
It's like,
yep.
what?
But that's air. Little mantis shrimp.
Okay.
Can I turn into a giant mantis shrimp, please?
Keith.
Have you seen a giant mantis?
Yeah. Okay. So from the far end of the ship, from the bow, you've seen movement. You're the only one who's paid attention down that direction.
So wait, you're still down the hall now, right?
I kind of moved up to the 2 closest and then
Okay.
just punched.
Yeah.
So.
So down at the far end, at the bow, you can see what looks to you now to be about 7 figures emerging from that forward cabin.
See, this is why I'm coming to save you.
Yeah.
6 of them are dressed in the garb of the royal guard of Costas.
What the hell's on this boat?
Standing behind them, I don't know that you would recognize her garb, but she very much has this aura of priestess.
Okay.
I was about to say, are we gonna kill the empress in our one
And,
shot?
and she makes some arcane
I'm sure she does.
movements with her hands, and
touch back, touch back, touch back, touch back, touch.
and an enormous like broadsword a glowing broadsword appears in the air beside her, and it has got sort of embossing on it that looks. I mean, you would not recognize what it is as a character, but as a player, it's got a stylized dragon down the spine of the sword.
Oh, jeez.
Bad touch.
And then,
And
Quick, get back here.
and she just points forward. Kill. And her guards start running down the length of the ship, and they will not get to this turn.
Okay.
But that is on the way. So that's them. Ziff.
So,
Any ranged?
huh?
Do you have any ranged?
So they're not coming through. Everybody who was close is now either like out an ore hole apparently, or down, right?
There are still 5 of the crew members who came down the ladder from the back. You know,
Okay, so they are still coming through.
yeah, there are still people coming through.
Well, I
yes.
guess I got to deal with the one right in front of me first. So, from my little hiding above the way in thing, I'm gonna take my bonus action first because I think it's funnier, and sleight of hand one of their weapons. Like if they're just holding a weapon, so that's gonna be an unnatural 20.
I
You see, like he's holding on by his tail, and he's like totally starfished, and just reaches down with one hand.
Just punch a finger.
So as the guy comes running through the door, sword raised, he goes whoop.
Wait, through the door. I thought they weren't going to get to us.
Not the Royal Guard.
Not the
Oh,
Royal
okay, sorry,
Guards,
sorry.
the
Folks in front.
sailors who were there. So there are 5 sailors right outside the door.
That are still
And-
living? Or
Yes, that are
okay,
still
there's
living.
7.
And
Copy,
then
sorry.
there's half a dozen Royal Guards running down the length of the ship that will get to you guys in a round or 2.
And then the actual attack is going to be 21,
That'll hit.
and that's going to be 13 points. Of
That's more than enough to put him down.
For
Aw.
flavor, I really want you to hit him with his own weapon.
Well, I mean that's what he has in his hand, so he totally will. And it's very much a night night.
All right, so he goes down in a thump.
And back up, hoping that nobody behind him saw what just happened.
All right, so above, up on deck, you hear orders being shouted, and they're trying. It sounds like the captain is trying to get as much speed out of the siren as he can. Which takes us back to the seafoam skip and the skiff.
Every time.
Every bloody time. You guys should not have picked that as a name, apparently, but
No, you
I
just
blame
need to
Raven.
pronounce it better.
Blackbeard's dinghy, but nobody.
so we go back to the skiff and to the last crew member who is apparently rolling out of his bunk now.
Look, I have some very volatile materials I had to collect.
You could have just walked across to the other ship, but no.
So give us the lowdown. Who are you? What do you look like? What's your name?
So my name is Colin. He has very short cropped hair and a beard. He has a burn scar across one side of his face. He is dressed pretty much like a regular sailor, except he carries this giant satchel that clinks metal on metal every time he walks around. And he has 2 pepperbox pistols that he keeps in his belt. And currently he has something very large stuffed under one arm.
Compensating for something?
Okay.
Persuade.
Go ahead and roll an initiative roll.
I did!
Oh,
That'll be a 15. I didn't send it to you.
okay.
I just knew you were going to ask.
Okay. 15. Okay, good deal.
So, do we want to just stop the ship right now?
So
Full stop?
so you come out on deck. You sort of walk up to the bows, and you see the ship that you guys have been chasing all day, or all morning. It slows to a stop for a moment, and then all of the oars just kind of shatter and fall away. There's this sort of rumbling of thunder rolls across the ocean to you. You've heard this before. You recognize you recognize it from one of your companions. But then, as the oars fall away, the siren does start to catch the wind and start picking up speed again. But you've been able to close the gap.
How close are we, Keith? Let me rephrase it. Are we within 600 feet?
Please don't blow holes in the ship that we're inside of.
So the gap, before you even ask that, I was going to tell you that the gap is down to 500. So
Okay.
yes,
Yeah,
you are
great.
within 600 feet.
I assume they're trying to use what wind they can to keep ahead.
They are, indeed.
Is my weapon magical, Keith?
You know what? Everyone else has magical weapons, so yes.
Is it a +2 magic weapon?
It is a +2.
Great. Can I shoot at the mast?
You certainly may.
I'm gonna use my sharpshooter ability.
Okay.
Got it. Oh.
Oh, but that doesn't matter. I will do nothing for several rounds as my weapon misfires.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So
You are
yeah.
gunslinger.
Oh no, I'm a Matthew Mercer gunslinger.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So that will take us back to. Oh, that was.
Back to the top of the
No,
round.
we already handled the crew on deck. So
What about our two guys?
They're NPCs.
Okay.
yeah,
They're dead already.
They're maintaining the machinery.
Yeah.
We'll say.
So we'll go back to the top of the round, and that will be Stevan.
Oh, right, I'm looking at the wrong spell. That's why I was like, wait, that doesn't... Okay, right. 15-foot cube. So. How close is the closest guy? Because she just took out the one immediately in the doorway, right?
Yep. The closest one is probably about 10 feet away.
Okay.
So he's coming down the ladder, coming around, and there's, they're kind of trying to keep some cover, waiting for the backup to get to them.
Okay, so I will step back around you for half a second. Say, bye! And run a Thunderwave again. Second level. So they will need to make Constitution saving throws.
All right, and it's a 15-foot cube.
It is, yeah.
Oh, that's probably going to be all of them. Oh, that looks like crap. Okay, and what's the save DC?
Only 14.
14. Okay. I actually have two that make it.
Okay.
The other
so the ones
three
that
do
make
not.
it are not pushed back unless they are pushed by the people in front of them. And those that failed will take 11 points of thunder damage. And again, any unsecured objects are thrown as well. If that hits them, great. And apparently there's nothing else to people who save.
So the ones that save don't take any damage?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they take half, but they're not pushed.
Nope, on a failed save, a creature takes 2d8. Oh, sorry, yes, and takes half, so they will take 5.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, thank you, Lance.
So,
I was like, I'm pretty confident.
I skipped ahead to the next section.
yeah, I hate it when I do that. Okay. So three of them are basically turned to mush and pushed back. The other two sort of stagger against it, holding their ears, but they're still up.
Now would be a good time to leave.
Leave where?
I'm gonna go up on deck and get flying your bellies.
Okay.
Because the next one's gonna be bigger.
All right. So, Steph.
Yay, me. Okay, sorry. Anybody else in our way?
So there's the two that he just sort of thunder waved that they're looking a little shaky. If you want to make an insight check on them, you can. There are also 6 royal guards coming down the length of this ship, and it looks like they might be not this round, but the next round.
I want to like rah at the 2, see if they run away.
Okay.
Rawr.
Make your intimidation roll.
Rawr.
Nobody gave me an inspiration for my name, huh?
If anything, you would have lost one.
Distal might have disinspired you.
12.
Menacing intimidation.
But I have menacing. I don't know what that.
Isn't that advantage?
And I think it just gives her proficiency in intimidation.
That would make sense.
I can double check if you want.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, proficiency.
That this is just a 12.
Just a 12? Okay. So you kind of roar at them. Your shipmates have heard you do better.
But they also might be entirely deaf at this point.
That's also
true.
fair.
Was that like an action?
Yeah, that would have been your action.
Can I do another? Wait. That was really an attack, so I guess I can't take a second attack?
No, it was not an attack, so you cannot take your second attack.
Then I will use an action surge. Action.
Action
Surge.
surge. That
Yeah.
you can do.
Surge.
That you can do and make 2 attacks.
Yeah, kill them.
Alright.
Reduce the action
Or I
economy,
could
bad
roar.
guys.
Yeah, I'll look slightly perturbed, and so I'm just gonna come at them with my frying pan.
Okay.
Skillet.
Make your attack rolls.
Skillet has been
They would have
killing
been
it.
terrified, but they just could not hear you. Because they've just been thunder
There you
waved
go.
twice.
There you go.
Hold on. So, okay, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21? 2021?
Oh no, sorry, just so you're not using dex for this one, you're using strength, so 20.
20!
Yeah.
That will hit.
I should hope so.
Clang, 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 clang.
Clang, clang. Oh, I have to do another one, huh?
You have to do another one, and you have to roll damage too.
Whoa! That is like the 5th time it's landed on a 9.
So for easy math,
Yes.
you were adding 7 to whatever your roll to hit.
So that'd be a 16.
That will also hit.
Okay, and then damage.
Which is
Damage
2d6
is, yeah,
plus.
D6.
1d6.
So 4 plus 2 is 6.
And then roll again for the second hit.
Does she not have a bonus to strength?
No, but
But it's a magic weapon, right? A plus 2
yeah, so
magic
4d,
weapon.
so 6 plus 2, so
Okay.
8
so that
for
would
the
be
first
8
one.
for the first one. And then 7 for the second one. Because 3 is 1 less than 4.
It's enough to knock
Clank,
both of them
clank.
out.
You can't
The crew
spell
members
skillet
were
without
nothing
kill.
more than minions for you guys, apparently.
Yeah. Well, we have
That's
a
fine.
royal guard about heading our
Right.
way.
a
You
small
didn't reckon
platoon.
on
yeah.
a cook.
I wouldn't have.
Were you beckoning Ziffle?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
everybody to come back so that you don't get hit on the next thunder wave.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Why
Is
not?
there-
People back.
Can I
Alright.
get to the woman with the sword without invoking the AoE attacks or the passing attacks of any of the royal retinue?
Not going through the ship, no.
Now, would you say doing some don't bunk shit to exit, come back in, and get to her?
You
I'm
might be able to do
confident
that.
That is what that meant.
Yes, that is what that meant.
Then I would like to do that. Just exit out and then get to her, going around the
Okay.
the big guys.
All right. At level 5, well, you don't have the
I
ability
don't.
walk on.
No, but I have
walls.
water walk from the
Yeah.
spell.
That's true. So yeah, yeah, you can do that. You can hop out, get around them, and flank
Run
them,
along.
and now it will take.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
See how
Oh,
big?
they might have
It will take. You'll have to use a little bit of extra movement to get to.
I do have 40.
Because it lasts
Yeah,
forever.
Right. You'd still need some extra movement to get to her.
Actually, no, we can say that you were part of the working party because there's only 6 people, so you could have water walk right now, so you could walk across.
Does flurry? Hold on, let me
Um,
check. Does flurry of blows have to be? Oh, they have to be on an strike.
You could step of the wind.
Yeah, I could step with the wind. Yeah.
And it's still using your bonus action, but. Or no, it doesn't, does it? Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's
it
use
does.
your bonus action
But
to
like,
dash
yeah.
again.
Yeah, I'll step with the wind to get to
It
her.
allows him to still use his action.
Yes.
Right.
So step of the wind to get to her.
All right.
And then with my action, these away. The first one is gonna be a 8 to hit.
An 8 is not going to hit.
What about a 16?
16 will, yes.
Okay. Give me a moment. Okay. That's gonna be 6 points of damage,
All right.
and then I would like to stunning strike her. Oh, and look, it seems like someone has given a DM disadvantage to you, Keith. So it looks like you'll have to make that a disadvantage.
That's unfortunate.
That's dirty.
You gave the ability to pay to win, Keith.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
That's dirty. Okay, so I'm gonna have to clearly turn that off for you guys.
See, but you can't unless you make us mods.
I bet I
Damn it,
can.
I'm a mod. He can turn
Oh,
mine
wait.
off.
Oh, I didn't realize it was Brayden.
Yeah, it was Brayden that turned it in.
Hey, to play, and now I'm out of
I want you to know, Keith, that I was refraining from doing that when I realized how much XP I had when I was watching it.
Oh, me
I don't
too.
think I've
have
ever
so
used
much.
mine for anything.
13.
So I just
I've
have
used
all
mine
of
from
it.
home.
Okay, so she
Hi, everyone.
fails.
So she is stunned.
How are
So
you,
she is
Wifey?
stunned and
I
cannot
think I
do
also
anything.
used mine
So she's
from
stunned.
here
She can't
for
do
DM
anything.
Yeah, no, she
advantage.
can't do anything.
She can't take actions or bonus actions or anything.
Nope.
Nope, she's out of the fight for now.
Did you dealt damage, right?
Yeah, I did. 6
Is
points
a
of damage.
spiritual
to
weapon
her.
a concentration
I
spell?
am just
It
looking
is
at
not a
It is
concentration
not.
spell.
No.
That I
But
know.
it does
for
take
sure.
a bonus action to
Right,
swing.
which she
Yeah.
can't.
Which she can't. Yeah. So she can't do anything with it.
So you
but-
now have one job.
I
I
did.
love that.
All right.
Every time
And
we have a
Keith,
month,
I
then
promise
we
that
wind
will
up
be
just
the
using him
only
as a
time
stun
I
machine.
use the pay to win. It's just like, this seems like an undersight on Keith's.
I mean, to be fair, Keith has never told us that we are not allowed to use it at the
He
table.
has told me that.
has not
I
told
don't
the
know if he told everyone, but he
Yeah.
has definitely told me.
Yeah, that's an oversight on my part. I'm gonna have to fix that. Colin, that brings us up to you.
Great. So Colin's gonna pull out a little spyglass. I assume I see a monk come out.
No, I'm still underneath.
Yeah, but did you go out to get around so you didn't have to deal with the...
Yes.
Yeah, so I assume I see this guy. Okay.
Yep.
And he's running towards the bow, right?
Yep.
Okay. Is there a large concentration of people near the mast, Keith?
Not a large like where at on the mast. There, I mean,
Like right at the base, right at the bottom.
No, there's not.
Okay.
So there are men in the rigging, trimming sails. There are looks like it might be the officers sort of at the helm area, making shouting orders and pointing and gesturing and things like that. There are also 3 people by what appears to be a ballista, or no, a mangonel, on their deck that are turning it to aim back at you guys.
Colin's gonna go. And then he's gonna pull out his hand mortar. brace with it, fire it at that mangonel. Keith does a 21 hit.
I have to look that up, but
I
assuming
believe it does.
probably
I believe it does hit. Yes.
Yeah. I'm guessing it does. I just have to find it in here.
You would have made.
So that gives me that
I can just push this
information.
cleric out the ore hole, and then we won't have to deal with her.
Stun her, pick her up, take her out, and just drown her.
Dark.
The bottom of the sea you go.
Here is a brick.
I was gonna say we use all our action economy to tie her to something heavy and throw her out the.
Find the light of the Empress now, bitch.
Is it really? Is it really?
Damn, Nina.
So normally my hand mortar has an effective normal range of 30 feet, but with sharpshooter it's 600 feet.
What? Damn.
Yeah, with sharpshooter. You
I
can-
did the math. I can hit something 2 football fields away.
Oof.
That's wild.
Unless you roll another one.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I thought so. So, thanks to sharpshooter, that's going to be 24 points of fire damage to the mangonel.
Okay.
And anybody who's within 5 feet of the mangonel needs to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Well, as I just said, there were 3 crew members there, so they're going to make those
The
saves.
DC is 15.
One makes it, the other 2 do not.
Great. He jumps out of the way. The other 2 take 14 more points of fire damage for being close to where I hit.
Oh, God.
And I'm gonna use my other attack to reload.
Okay.
Well, that sounds like college.
I was gonna say.
All
Lights
right.
the ship on fire again. So help me!
All right. So that kills those 2.
I used to have a mustache, and then you shut up.
All right. So then it's the priestess who is stunned and can do nothing. Yay. And then it's the guards who are going to be closing with the hatchway there at the back end of the ship. So they won't get quite far enough to try and charge the door and get through, but they're like in close proximity, and they'll be on you guys next turn.
Perfect.
And
That's thunder wave range.
I should bring the fight up on deck.
We're working on it.
Are we? I would prefer to stay down here if he's shooting mortars again.
Kind of funnel
But I
everybody.
can't see where you are. I can't make
Ziff.
sure not to hit you.
So there's not one in range right now. They're working their way
yeah, they're not
towards
in
the
range at the moment.
Guess that we're below deck because you saw the thunder wave.
Oh yeah, no. I know you're below deck and in the back.
So I know that he's going to thunder wave, so I'm going to get out of the range of that, which I guess technically I already am, because you've done that several times through the doorway.
Yeah, he's just
So
shooting
I'm
through
still
the doorway.
good.
Yeah.
So actually, I'll stay where I am.
I mean, or if you go out and disengage, you can get back.
Oh, that's true.
Because you a monk.
No, I'm not a
No.
monk.
No.
Or sorry, I meant rogue, rather.
As a rogue.
He's a monk.
I'm the monk. Monkfish.
So, I will go. Yeah, I can disengage and get back. So, oh, but that would be my bonus action. So I guess I can't steal their shit. Damn it! That's his whole shtick. He likes stealing shit, and he hasn't been to the treasure yet, and he's pissed about it.
I mean, if we
So-
get rid of these guys, then that becomes an option.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will go out into the world. And oh, that's gonna hit. That was an 11 plus 6, so 17.
Night, Cersei and Cece.
Good night, Cece.
Cersei. No!
No.
We're all gonna be pigs.
So what was that? Sorry, I got distracted.
11 plus 6, 17. To hit,
Okay, 17 will hit.
and he's gonna do the little on the way out there, and then like bop him on the head. And that's gonna do 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 points of damage.
Lord.
Well, I say that. That would be with sneak attack. Does he see me coming? Because that's a thing. If so, that's
Yeah,
gonna
if you're coming through the door, yeah, he's going to see you
Oh.
coming.
Well, then that becomes 9 points
9.
of damage instead.
Okay.
And then
Alright.
I'm gonna disengage and do back
Okay.
and hide above the door. As one does.
Well, as one does. Okay. So none of you below see it. Colin, you do your attack sort of kicks the anthill on deck, and pandemonium ensues. The captain, or you assume the captain of the other ship, runs over and just sort of turns the wheel hard over and is trying to take evasive action and move out of the way.
Oop.
It's gonna be hard to do without a rudder.
Well, he still has one for the moment.
He does.
So,
He does for now.
so he is. So he's taking that action to maneuver the ship and try and get out of gun range if he can. It doesn't seem
Doesn't
likely,
water wall at
but
this point.
that is what is
Doesn't stop
happening
it from
now.
moving.
So we are back to the top of the round.
I think we got to deal with what's in front of us first. So, sort of leaning on the doorway now that we're turning a little bit. It's gonna go. And 3rd level thunder wave.
To the royal retinue.
Yep.
Yeah.
What class are you?
Druid.
Huh. Huh.
Well, that's a nat 20.
13.
Wait. No, that's 12.
That's
19,
Round to cook.
25. 25 points of damage on
Okay.
a failed save, and half that, so...
Well, the save is a 14.
Yeah, save is 14.
So, and it's what
Con.
con save? Okay. Just making sure. Okay, so I've got one natural 20 and what would be a 17. So
Okay,
they'll save. The other 4 are all gonna fail. One got close with a 13, but
okay.
he will fail.
So anybody who failed is pushed 10 feet away further,
Okay.
and they take 25. Anybody who saved just takes, what is that, 13? 12 points of damage.
Okay. All right. Call it for me. Odds or evens.
Evens.
Okay.
Every time.
All right.
Okay, so the question is, do you want me to bring them in close, like one at a time as best we can, so that you can just beat the shit out of them? Or instead of pushing them back? I will start throwing whip on the next one.
Throwing up on the next one?
Yes.
You look good.
That was an instant karma moment.
Okay. Um,
Thorn whip,
Mm.
not throw up.
make me
Oh,
a
that would also be funny.
make me an insight check real quick.
This just became Sea of Thieves. We throw up into our buckets.
And toss them at the
Yeah.
enemies.
Okay, 16 plus,
In the darkness, blind.
insight plus 3, 19.
19. Okay. That was a very demoralizing, like, attack. Obviously,
And very loud.
very loud. Four of them do go down. The other 2, like, they're holding their heads and they're staggering back, and they turn, and they see the monk by the priest, and they raise their weapons and start running back the other direction.
Come back! No! No! Come back!
Need to grapple the priestess, take her out and around to the other side, so they just keep running back and forth.
No. This lady's going overboard.
All right,
Wait, but
so
what, her sword?
so that's going to bring
No,
us
I
to.
think that was
Oh, right.
It's going to bring us to Braca.
Barack Obama.
the
Well, they're now running the other
spell.
direction.
Oh yeah.
It's an actual
well, I'm like,
item.
ugh! I'm gonna go after them. I'm gonna run after them.
Okay. So you'll run after them. What's your speed?
30 feet.
30. Yeah. So it's one of these sort of you're just kind of following along after them. You're not gaining on them. You're not
Come back.
falling behind. It's
I
like
mean, you
you're
can
just
use your
chasing
action
after
to catch
them.
up.
That's true. Is it?
Or I feel like there was something else you could. Oh, you'd have to have the right maneuver for it.
Okay, so I'm just chasing them, I guess.
Okay.
Well, can I use all my movement? That'd be
30 feet?
60.
Oh, and then with an action, yeah, you could.
Yeah, with an action you can use.
Yeah, with an action you can get up to them. You can't do anything once you're there, but you can get up to them.
I'll get up to them.
Okay.
Flank them.
Okay, now that we no longer have people engaging with us.
What? Yeah.
All right.
Sherry. Just beating the shit out of this priestess. Does a 17 hit?
I believe it does. Yes.
All of them will hit. For a total of 23 points of damage.
Okay. Ow.
Do we want to keep her or do we want her to go away?
I don't know, man. We're on the far side of the bad guys, so.
Okay, well, we'll start by spending at least one to
Somebody like fly out.
at least spend one to stunning strike her again. So if you want to make a Constitution roll.
Okay.
I had whiffed on the first one. I was gonna try and blow up random news so that it fell through to the level you guys are on and hit all the cards.
The 10's not gonna do it, is it?
No.
My dice hate me every time. So
doctors
she is
hate this.
still stunned.
Okay.
But there is still also a glowing sword
That is
standing.
doing nothing.
That is doing
It
nothing.
hasn't done anything yet.
just
so.
put her between you and it.
Well, then on the final at the final thing, just for good measure, I'll just slap her and she can't have reactions. So.
Wow.
Ouch.
Okay.
Just as I know she can already not do that, but just more
Just
for
add insult to injury.
add insult to injury.
Okay. Fine.
I feel like Koya's had some bad dealings with the
The
with
Empire.
the Empire.
In case you thought this priestess was going to get a chance to do anything.
I mean, the bosses never do with you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they can be a big bad
Level
Super
20.
lich.
level,
Super lich.
super lich, and can't do anything with you
When
guys
we
because
stack 3 levels of silence on them.
So dumb.
That
was
is-
such a bad design.
Super big oversight.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was not your fault.
That was not your fault.
So okay, so that would be her turn. She is stunned and can take no reaction, so she can do bupkas. And then it is the Royal Guard's turns, and there's 2 of them and 1 of you, and both of them are going to
But
come
they're
up.
priestess.
There's a
I mean-
target that presented itself to them.
He
got
has to get
slapped
some
by
damage.
a fish.
Yeah.
You just took like one of your webbed fingers and went like.
Yeah.
So say, I can imagine just like actual punch, actual
Okay.
punch.
Yep.
Next time there'll be 2 punches and a backhand.
Yep.
The backhand will be what throws her out.
Ooh. I have
All
a
right.
basic-
So each of them will attack twice.
I think you. So you do that before
Is that
it's
right?
determined whether or not it hits, but after the roll.
You do
Okay.
what?
Yeah.
Evasive footwork, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
can add the maneuver to dodge.
All right. So each of them will attack twice with their short swords.
Oh, never mind. I need to go help.
That is cocked in the middle of that. How did that work?
We're turning still, so it's like it's just leaning, Keith.
What'd you roll, Keith?
A natural 20. Just
2
lie about it.
3s
Wow. I'll just
on
put
the
this
first
in.
attack.
Eat
So
that.
you still
so
got
that guy
one.
is just like awful.
I
Also,
scare
the royal
him.
guard is fighting with short swords.
It's a little both.
I mean, would you trust
you're in
yourself to
close
be
quarters. Yeah,
carrying
close
a
quarters.
massive greatsword on a
I
ship?
could at least
Okay.
bring a long sword.
10's not going to hit, but 21, I assume, does.
Maybe. Because your AC is what, 19?
So that would be 21.
Still
Oh,
hits.
Still hits then.
Still
Dang
hits.
it! D8. Zook. Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
How much damage did you deal, Keith?
Max damage, Keith. Just lie about it.
No,
Just lie.
You're the DM, we'd believe you.
It
No,
doesn't matter if we believe him.
You guys know how I roll. If I did start doing that, you guys would call me on it.
Except you're the DM. I don't think it matters if we think you're lying or
Yeah.
not.
So 2 whole points of slashing damage on you there.
I just like down the cut.
And then they're both going to start. Then they're both going to turn and continue running towards the.
And that's
Get
an
a-
attack of opportunity.
You get one. You get an attack of opportunity on one of them. Yes.
Okay. The one that actually touched me.
Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch, bad touch.
I'm gonna say
The one that nicked
bad
your
touch! And then I'm gonna
See, I want it to be overhanded right on the top of the head.
so I
Just
think
crumple.
I was thinking
21?
like a peach.
Check my map.
Okay.
You said
10
7?
plus. Yes.
Oh, okay, so 17.
Yeah.
Okay, 17.
17 hits.
What was that?
Huh?
You hit.
She's swinging twice. Plus 7. So 20.
Oh no, I'm rolling damage.
She
Okay.
can't swing twice.
Oh, this
I-
is
It
a
was a
reaction.
reaction.
I was like, wait. So 5, 6, 7,
8,
8, 9,
9.
10. Right?
Correct.
Okay. 10!
Okay. So you swing into the side of his head, and he just sort of topples over into the side of the
Bad touch! Clang.
into the
Keith,
side of the
what
ship.
stat were you using for the Royal Guard?
Just guards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes more
He
sense.
wanted this combat to end tonight.
No, that's fine. I
Yeah,
was
I mean,
like,
it's a
I was
one
like,
shot.
I was like, that was not much damage.
I mean, they also got hit with my.
Yeah,
level.
that-
No,
That'll-
even with that was
I mean,
not
that puts
as
it over 25.
It's designed for numbers, not.
No, makes sense.
There's a lot of them, but you guys have there were a lot of them.
But we've had AoE hitting them for like
Yeah.
3 rounds.
Thunderwave, man.
Yep. Alrighty. So that'll be. That was
The
them.
Royal Guard's turn.
That was the Royal Guard's turn. Ziff.
Sorry, I kind of space cadeted there.
That's okay. There's nothing within range of
There's
you right
one
now.
guy running to the other end of the boat to get to the priestess.
And then a bunch of bodies. Like a bunch of bodies.
You could go start looking for treasure.
7 plus 6 plus 4.
So 17.
17
dead
bodies.
I'm gonna crawl on the walls instead of the dead bodies. So yes,
So where are you going?
I'm going to search for treasure.
Where are you going?
I am going down, yes.
Okay, so you're going down?
Yeah, where are the passages that will take me?
Okay, so like immediately outside the room where you guys had been holed up, there is a ladder that leads down into the hold. As you get down there, it is loaded with the typical stores of a ship like this. So you come down to the rear, and there's like foodstuffs in barrels and water barrels and things of that nature that are stacked against the walls.
And I have something at the nearest open drive-through. And then I continue on until I find another passage deeper.
Okay. So this deck is basically it's wide open. All it is like stacks of crates and boxes and barrels from fore to aft.
Okay.
So much stuff to check.
That's a lot of stuff.
Treasure could be in any of it.
I guess I'll start
Okay.
opening the boxes. to
Make an
see.
investigation check, and we'll see how you do.
Investigation. So 19.
It's both damage.
Okay.
and attack.
As you start opening, you'll start opening crates. Not sure how you want to start opening crates. So just kind of describe what you're doing. So what are you using to
Okay.
open them tool wise?
Well, you see, I have this makeshift rapier, and on the back side, there's this handy dandy little
Can opener?
Crowbar.
Yeah.
Crowbar can. Okay.
crowbar rapier.
So
It's fine.
Okay. So
In
you
my
just start.
mind, you put it in and then you jump on it.
All right, so you start popping open crates, and a lot of it looks like it's just regular standard cargo. There's bolts of cloth. There are
One little jar of saffron.
there's jars of stuff packed in sawdust. So there is some saffron. There's pickles. There's pickled onions, pickled okra.
Ziffel is going to wrap himself in one of the bolts of fabric as if he were trying to disguise himself as someone he is not. Eat 3 pickles, stuff the
Go
jar
to
of
sleep.
saffron in his mouth, and then continue opening
In
things.
his mouth?
Yep.
Okay.
He's just
By
been,
little.
I've just been eating saffron this
No.
whole game.
It's the
Like,
whole bottle.
yeah, but do you open it?
Not yet.
That's because you were.
Yep, still looking.
All right.
Still working on the pickle taste, letting that get out first.
All right. We will come.
Yeah,
So
you
you'll
always
continue your
saffron.
search.
In my
next
mind's
round.
eye, you've just wrapped part of the bolt of cloth around you, and the whole rest of it is rolled up
dragging
behind you
behind
and
you.
is being rolled out as you.
All right. So top side is still pandemonium as before. He's still trying to maneuver. Did you get a turn this round?
Not yet.
You should have. So let's take it now, and then we'll go to the top of the round after you, because apparently I missed you this round and should not have. Apologies.
It happens.
Do they have any other weapons? Well, they had a ballista, right?
They do have a ballista.
Is the mangonel out of commission?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. How many people are over?
Well, no. I'm sorry. Because you only did 21 points of damage. It is damaged, but it is still operational. Now that said, there's only one member of the crew that was manning it still there.
And I assume it takes all 3.
It does take all 3, and
At least
and
to
it
load it.
looks like to your eye like they're getting down to almost not enough people to continue to sail if they take many more casualties.
Where is the largest grouping of people, Keith?
Dead. Down the stairwell.
Yes.
The 17 bodies.
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people that went below decks who have not come back out. Most of the rest of the crew. I mean, there's a few on deck, but they're kind of spread out. Most of the rest of the crew are up in the rigging trying to trim sails. That's where most of the manpower is
How
right
many
now.
masts does this boat have?
It is it's a 2-master, I think. Let me double check that. It's a 3-master. So there's one forward, one the main mast in the middle, and then one at the stern.
Which mast has the most people in the rigging?
That would be the main mast, the center one.
Main sail.
I assume a 24 hits that.
It does hit that.
Great.
Yes.
That's 28 points of fire damage to the mast.
No, not fire on the ship.
Okay.
And anybody within 5 feet of where I hit also they have to make a dexterity save or they take an additional 15.
Okay. Where on the mast are you aiming? Like right at the base, mid-mast?
The typical.
I'm going to go mid-mast.
Mid-mast?
I want the mast to fall into one of the other masts. And
Okay. You do damage, but that is not going to be enough to knock it down. It'll take at least one more shot.
Okay, great. We're going to action surge.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
So that's another 25 points of fire damage from the hit,
Okay.
plus 18 points of fire damage to anyone within 5 feet.
Okay. Where you were aiming,
I assume there's
not
probably
going to be
anybody.
anybody
I just didn't know
close
if that mattered
by.
since
Yeah.
technically the mast is still within that range. But
Yeah. That's not
Yep.
going to matter quite so much. Roll me a d6.
2.
2. Okay. So the mast sort of starts to fall forward and to the starboard side, to the right. It does not hit the foremast. But
Shame.
you have reduced the speed of their ship by a third. So you'll be the skiff will be pulling alongside probably 2 rounds from now.
At this point, how far away is the ship from us?
It's well within 100 feet.
Okay.
Ramming distance.
Well, since I action searched, so I still have an extra attack. I'm gonna pull out one of my pistols, aim at the captain, and shoot him.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit the captain?
It will, yes.
Keith, from where I'm sitting, if I aim at the captain, how many people would be behind him?
You can't line them up like that.
Not even one?
No.
Gosh dang it.
That's,
Okay.
I mean,
So he is going to take 14 points of piercing damage, and I need him to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 16.
All right, that makes it.
Okay. So you catch him in the arm, and he just kind of turns and whirls and looks at you. All right, top of the round. We'll go back to Steven.
so I'm going to run 30 feet down the hallway, trying to get close enough to save my buddy who just got 2 points of damage done. And I'm going to go... And a thorn whip is going to come out.
Okay.
Oh, retinue.
Yeah, the last guy who's running back towards the monk. And it's going to be like a 22, 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So he will take 8 points of piercing damage and be pulled 10 feet back towards me.
Okay.
No!
So as he, so you wrap the thorns around and yank and pull, and you can hear his chin just hit the deck. And as you pull, there's actually the nail that he hit rips out of his jaw.
Sorry. Ooh, sorry. Ow, sorry.
All right, well now you have to kill him to put him out of his misery.
Well,
Ow.
she's closer.
And he doesn't
hammer
move.
that nail in.
He doesn't move at all.
Oh. I guess I'll just. I mean,
There's just the
I've used my
trail of
movement,
blood.
but as far as what I'm doing, like I'm walking that direction because we need to tie up the lady while she's still stunned.
Okay. Braca.
I'm gonna still go after the guards persist if there's still life.
There are no more guards.
Okay.
There are no more guards. They are ex-guards.
I wasn't paying attention.
Leave her alive. She's probably what we're looking for.
Yeah.
That makes me very happy.
Yeah, stunning strike.
Let's see. Well, as I run up with my frying pan, skillet,
Home skillet.
I guess can I insight to see like how damaged is she?
I don't think she's taken any damage
Oh.
except a couple of punches.
Well,
No,
Yes,
she's
she
taking
has.
like 50 points.
I was gonna say, but he's been doing full
That's
taxi
right,
trap.
that's right.
Like she is.
Yeah, she's in bad shape.
Okay. Well, as I run up, I see she's pretty damaged, and then my eyes alight upon this glowing sword thing, right?
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that could cut so many pickles. And I'm gonna go try to reach out for it.
Don't think that works because it's not a corporeal
Oh no!
weapon.
But I don't know. So basically,
Is-
like,
It passes
No.
through you and your eyes burn out.
like I agree. I
It's,
don't
it's a
think you
floating spectral weapon.
Can... Okay, it is spectral.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is
One
non-corporeal.
dude
You reach
from
out to
the-
try and grab it, and your hand just sort of
Well,
passes through it.
no!
And this is where she becomes a barbarian and goes into a rage.
So I'm just kind of like,
Shove something in her mouth.
Excuse me.
And that's what he said.
Okay.
Not like that.
yeah, I don't.
Pardon?
I don't think I have anything on me.
Go for my headband.
Is she still paralyzed or is she like
She is still
She's
stunned.
still stuck? I panic, so I just take a handful of pepper and throw it in her face. I'm like,
She's technically helpless to do anything.
Some
Can't do
people
anything.
have
Say,
pocket sand, you have
I would
pocket
say it. She
pepper.
can't
I
take
have
reactions
my
again.
Yep,
I love that
she
so
can't do
Her
anything.
diaphragm is just spasming, trying to get her to sneeze.
That's amazing.
The half-orc
So
casts pepper spray.
Ooh.
I don't. So she's probably not gonna survive another round of my beating the shit out of her, huh?
Unless you're doing non-lethal.
Probably
just
not,
punch her in the
unless you.
temple.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna do non-lethal just to try at least knock her out. So.
Okay.
So hits at 6 points.
6 points.
Yeah.
Okay. She's still up.
Second one will hit for 8 points.
She's still up.
Flurry of blows then. That one will hit for 4 points.
And that knocks her out.
Okay. Then I'll have done that, and I will just
One more second.
sort of just like get her on the ground just so we can get her tied
And
up
as she goes unconscious, the sword goes away.
Oh, good. That thing was scary.
oh,
I mean, we could probably buy you one when we get home.
a raccoon.
A raccoon.
I mean, a big sword.
All right.
Okay. And then that will be my turn, just watching up the stairs, see if anyone else comes down.
And that'll be Colin.
I mean, they don't seem to be posing much of a threat anymore, right?
Not really. And their ship is slowed greatly.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna shoot the captain again.
All right, go for
Does
it.
22 hit.
Yes, I believe it does. Yes.
So he's gonna take 35 points of fire damage, and anybody within 5 feet of him has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. So 35, you said.
Yep. I have yet to not use sharpshooter.
If you go now, you might make it so.
What's the DC?
15.
15.
oh, we didn't tell Daniel to come. Put in the fridge.
Yeah.
Tropical smoothie.
Okay. So one of the officers on deck makes the save. One of them that's close to him does not.
The one who doesn't take 16 points of fire damage.
Well, that is enough to kill the bosun.
Oh, poor bosun.
Okay.
Is the captain still alive?
The captain is still alive.
Oh.
He's
Looking all crispy.
definitely hurt, but he's still alive.
Great. Instead of reloading, I'm gonna shoot him with my pistol.
Oh man.
Okay.
So it goes through.
That's gonna be 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's gonna be 24 points of piercing damage. And if he's still alive, I want him to make a Constitution saving throw.
As you send out the whatever demon it was,
Whatever demon it was.
Percy.
Or thanks.
Yep.
Okay. So he is still alive.
Ow.
So you said con?
Yep.
16.
Okay, he makes it again.
Okay. All right. Are you done?
Yep, that's my turn.
That's your turn. Okay.
So should we cleanse the top of the
That's
ship
going
with
to
fire?
be
Well,
Ziff.
I think all we just gotta do is just say, all right, time to surrender, guys. We're creating this.
Make your investigation
Just
check.
a moonbeam going back and forth on the top of the ship.
Oh, that one
Sanitize
sucks.
it.
So apparently the saffron jar opens in my mouth and I cough a bit. So that's gonna be 11.
11. Okay. You're not able to, because of the saffron, you're not able to get as many open, and you're still finding just regular trade goods.
Is there another like place I could go?
The hold itself, like I say, the hold itself is just basically a single space down in the lower deck. You're not. You have the other decks to explore, if you wanted to, but you get a sense that what you're going to find in the hold, at least, without a real thorough search, is going to be more of the same.
I'll go up.
Okay. So you've made it to the front of the ship. You
I stuffed some food into the bag of holding for in case I don't find the treasure. I'm not leaving empty-handed.
okay.
I mean, we'll have lots of time to scour the ship.
Okay.
Because basically,
But I
everyone's
have
dead at this
pickles
point.
now.
No matter
all right.
what goes wrong.
I have pickles now, and whatever else I can find in
So
jars.
you see the captain pull his sword out and swing at his own mast, and he cuts the line holding up the Imperial banner, and it flutters down. He then holds it up, holds his sword over his head, clearly surrendering. That is.
Dang it! Click.
So, depending on what you guys want to do, we can drop out of initiative at this point, or we can keep going.
I'm gonna go tie up the priestess.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like at this point,
Okay.
if combat's over, right?
Combat is pretty much over at this point. The crew of the Siren is what's left are surrendering. Their mast is down. They're making sure to loose the sails so that they come to a complete stop.
Cecil probably wouldn't feel too bad about this. Player Danny feels a little bit bad about this. Oh, just like massive death to all of these people.
Oh yeah, no,
who just,
I would say 70% of their crew at this point is probably dead.
You
like
you
not
guys took,
legitimately bad. Just
you guys
like,
cut through a lot of them. So they started off with 25 sailors.
There was
Oh.
17.
17 bodies were on the
Oh.
floor with you.
More
Yeah.
now at 19.
So
So
they only had 6 guys
Oh
left.
wait, 19. Then the first guy, so 20, and then the priestess.
21.
so
And then
that
I
no,
killed 3.
that doesn't count that does not count the
Oh,
the
those
guards or the
crewmen.
priestess.
Okay.
So just the crewmen. There were 25.
So you killed 17.
And then
I
there
killed
were
3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Only
There's
5.
half a dozen officers, and then half a dozen royal guards and the priestess.
Okay, so should I take her back to our ship then, real quick?
Well, let's wait for the ship to dock next.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I assume at that point we're boarding and searching.
So the
everything.
skiff pulls alongside and ties up, making it easy to move back and forth between the two. The remaining crew of the Siren are taken as prisoners. The ship itself is kind of, it's not in awful shape. The hull is still pretty much
I can
intact.
get her back up.
You would have to replace the mast to make any sort of headway at all.
I think it's worth just scuttling it.
Yeah, we
like-
sink it so nobody knows what happened to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But get all the stuff on
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So everybody make me investigation checks real quick.
Roll better.
That was not better.
Who am I helping? Who has the highest investigation, probably?
I
have a
have
plus
a
three.
-1
Ooh,
Yeah.
not you.
Rolling for?
investigation.
Investigation.
I got an 18.
17.
Do I somehow
Who
have
has
the
the
best?
highest bonus to that?
I have a
'Cause it's
plus
probably
3.
not me.
It sounds like it's Dandy.
Wow. How?
I only have a plus
So
one.
I will give you enhance ability so that you can look better. So you have advantage.
We have advantage, so
But you have advantage.
roll again.
Was that her second roll?
What
That
was
was.
the second roll?
Yeah.
One was a 2, one was a 3. Okay, you're grounded.
So it sounds like the one with the -1 rolled highest.
Okay, so we've got.
I'm the quartermaster. I know where all hidden things would be on
Okay,
the
so
ship.
so you rolled a
18.
18. We've got a 3,
This
Five.
is 6,
5.
thank you.
10!
10. Okay,
And then 17.
and a 17.
The cook and the quartermaster find everything.
Naturally.
Well, you know where to hide the booze, and I know where to find the hidden booze.
Okay.
You know where to hide the booze.
We both
All
know.
right. So, so between the two of you, you guys kind of take stock of what is in the
The
hold,
board
what's
inventory.
useful. There's enough provisions here to double what you had on board before. In the hold itself, not a whole lot in the way of like treasure. There are plenty of trade goods that'll be worth a pretty penny when you try and sell them when you get back to port. You,
Yes, me.
something because you were standing there with her, something about the way the priestess, yes, you got to her and you stunned her and wouldn't let her go anywhere, but
Right.
something about the way she stood her ground in front of that forward cabin piques your interest.
Okay.
And so while the rest of your crew have been directed to on what you want to take over to the skiff, you step into the forward cabin. It's not ornate. On the skiff, it's oftentimes used for crew for a crew cabin. In this case, it appears to have been leased, rented out or whatever, perhaps even dragooned by the Empress herself for this particular passage. But it's not ornate. It's not comfortable necessarily. There are hammocks. There are hammocks for what you assume would be the guards. Only 4 of them, so 2 guards were on watch at all times. And then there is a forward. There's a berth in the forward bow of the ship, just sort of a V berth. And under that, there's a relatively large chest. You pull it out, and it's locked.
Of course.
Of course. Would you like to try to open said lock?
I'm really good at that if you can find me.
Yeah, or if you talk to me, I can detect traps on it.
I can blow it up.
Please don't.
I'll get you.
Okay, we'll cast detect traps.
There are no traps.
Okay, I can't do anything else, but I can at least do that.
Okay, well, at least it's not trapped. So, now, I would, but I know you'd probably steal what's ever in it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So I'll just sort of like get like a pry bar and try and break the lock.
Okay. Make me a strength check.
Strength or athletics?
Just a strength check on this one.
It was almost a natural 20 anyway.
If he's using a crowbar, would he have had advantage?
You would have advantage for using the crowbar.
Okay, well,
If you don't
natural
get it
20.
off, I have another idea.
Natural-
Never mind.
Natural 20.
All right.
Blink.
So, clink,
Shake water.
and you
Just
pop.
shake
It
water.
pops loose, and you can tell that it is built with
Exactly.
sort of an inlaid tray on the top of
Okay.
whatever is below it, and in the tray itself there are a set of nautical charts
Okay.
that as you sort of rifle through them,
Okay.
there are wide charts that show sort of the entire coastline of
The Empire.
the Serenthi Empire, with Costas and a few other coastal towns marked on them. And way out to the west, the northwest, there are a set of islands. Now, you've seen the charts that your captain uses.
Right.
His charts do not have these islands listed on them.
Right.
They're not drawn in on any chart that he uses,
Okay.
which is interesting. And then as you rifle through a little bit more, you find individual charts for each of the islands, and there's about 5 of them.
Okay.
And on a couple of them, there are notations about garrison strengths and trove numbers. And further down in the list, there are inventories for each of the troves.
So someone's been hiding stuff away?
Yes.
Huh.
And as you're looking through the list, make me either
Either.
a history check or an arcana check.
Oh, both are in
One
negative.
prince lover's soul.
Do you have another enhance ability?
No, but I have guidance.
I'll take the guidance. Well, only for 1. Well, it's the end of the episode. Okay. Well, that just negatives out the negative. 12.
12. Okay. Something about a couple of those entries is familiar, but you can't quite place why.
Okay.
You'll have to think on it a little bit longer.
My negative intelligence, I will ponder this longer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give it to Captain and let him deal with it.
Yeah, no, I plan on it, but just mentally,
Okay.
like, reading.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so, put those off to the side, maybe like a case or something.
Okay.
And then take the tray off.
Okay. Who all is there with you?
Probably just us.
Just-
Yeah,
just
I was
those
gonna
two?
say,
Okay.
no.
All right.
But I trust it because he said there were no traps.
Okay.
Boom!
So for the two of you, as you lift the lid out, an unnatural, like, blue light, a blue glow, emerges from underneath this tray and washes over you.
Okay.
And it's got this sort of watery, rippling effect to it.
Ah!
Yeah.
Ah!
And inside the case, nestled into this, like the packing around it, is a large blue oval shape.
She hid it away.
So,
She hid it away.
Do we want to share this, or is this ours?
How? Brother, I understand your meaning, but how do you, this is, how do we hide this?
Oh, easily. So he's gonna pick it up, turn into a cat, and it just sort of like becomes part of his form as he walks out of the room.
Does that happen, Keith?
No.
Easy.
Does he just turn into a cat?
I was gonna say, there's now a cat. Like, I'm stuck.
He turns into a cat, and the egg drops to the deck. Boom.
What's that? Meow.
I'll grab the egg and sort of just like
I'll look up at you and go.
put it back in the
I'm
box.
just waiting for every time one of you touches it, it's just gonna be like, family, togetherness, water.
Calm down. Calm down. I mean,
I'm gonna walk out anyway.
I guess I'll just
This is your problem now.
close the chest and then just grab that
Basically.
and take it on board and
I'm
hand
sure
the captain the
his strength is
chart
higher
and
than mine anyway.
tell him he's got something in the box.
All right.
Yep, pirates now.
Something in the box.
All right.
Some
Well,
weird shit in a box.
so as the sun goes down on this day.
If they
the-
didn't give me something else to put in the bag, I'm putting all of the food that I can find in it and just.
Oh, I'm
I
sure that you
assume
can.
you're just-
Like, there's 17 bodies, like right where we were. So
Yeah, I'm gonna pickpocket.
So as you're putting
Wedding rings.
as you're
dog
putting your
tags.
food and stuff in the bag, make me a perception check real quick.
Reaches out the bag.
Don't suck.
All bags of holding were connected.
I mean,
I
that
mean-
wasn't great, but
according to
Uh,
D&D lore, they kind of are.
12.
12. Okay. So as you're putting stuff in your bag, putting food in specifically, you reach in and you feel a tongue glide across the bottom of your arm.
Ooh.
Is this a troll in a bag?
No,
That's not
Bagman.
holding.
it's not a bag of holding.
Oh no.
Oh, it's
You-
bag of devouring.
You've been feeding a bag of devouring.
No more food for you.
No!
Good boy.
I remove my hand and I continue to feed the thing because that seems like a good way to.
So
not
as
be-
the day ends, the seafoam skiff, I got it right! Yay! The seafoam skiff pulls off and sails off into the
We salute
sunset.
as we let Colin below.
I was about to say, as we sail away from it, I'm just.
Yep.
As I imagine we've loaded
as
it with
Colin
some
Run
blows
oil everywhere.
blows
Yeah,
the
just explodes.
mess out of the siren. The last thing you see of it as it sinks under the waves is the top of the mast, sort of waving forlornly, as you sail off.
What?
My fish pancakes.
Oh,
Those of you on deck watching
They're so
hear the
weird.
first mate tromp up to the captain. "Where are we headed, sir?" To which he replies, "Make sail for Elwick." That's where we're going to end the session. I hope you've learned. I hope you've liked this little diversion from our regularly scheduled shenanigans.
Why was she transporting it?
Because she figured out we knew where it was.
I mean, if we had you.
We hope you guys had fun tonight. This was a little diversion because we were kind of short of players for the main campaign. I've had this one in my hip pocket for a few weeks now. When we had to cancel 3 or 4 weeks ago because people got had stuff happen. I came up with this idea and held on to it because I thought this was just going to be a lot of fun. I feel like I was not wrong, but that's kind of up to you guys to find out. Hope you guys had a good time. We will try to be back to the main campaign next week, Mountain Time, 6:30 Mountain Time.
Next week, Mountain Time.
Next time, yeah. Next Tuesday, 6:30 Mountain Time. we will hopefully have the full cast and crew back and get back to the shenanigans that are going on in the main campaign. Couple quick reminders: all of the videos do go on YouTube, so be sure that you check that out. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the likes, toggle on the notifications. You'll always know when we put stuff up. We do also run a Discord server, and that is the best place to keep tabs on for any changes to our schedule. If we have to cancel, if we're postponing, if we're moving to a different day of the week, anything like that will be posted to the Discord server. So be sure you are keeping tabs on that. That's going to do it for us tonight. Hope you had fun. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, remember...
Grab your bats and grab your balls.
And if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. And Distal will probably give you disadvantage. Good night, everybody.
Good night.